15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. We have a liftoff. Liftoff on Apollo. Now, I'm sure that most of you know the old story about the astronaut who went far out into space and was asked on his return whether he had been to heaven and seen God. And he said yes.
Greetings, ladies, gentlemen, non-binaries, and sentient artificial intelligence. Join us on this journey to find the others. Because no matter where we find ourselves in this multiverse, the act of existing is all too familiar.
Guys? Is anybody out there? Hello?
The mushroom has a tremendous problem-solving ability.
Herb is a plant. Herbs are good for everything.
As we look across this great expanse and stare at the stars, we can't help but be reminded these lights, though we're seeing them all at the same time, happen across a multi-billion-year delta. Some of those fires burned millions of years ago, some billions, but all of them happened so we could experience them in this one singular moment.
They called us scouts. They called us seekers. They called us Hoosiers. But we were destined to question everything.
I don't know about you, but as for me, the question has already been answered. Should we be here? Yes.
Greetings, ladies, gentlemen, non-binary, sentient artificial intelligence, and all you cool cats and kittens at home.
It's been too long. I said it's been too long since I've been with you. Said it's been too long since I've been with you. Been inside of you.
Inside of your
you?
screens.
I got
Inside of
you.
like your screens. Welcome. Hello, Greg.
Hello, sir. Hello,
Hi.
everyone at home. Thank you for tuning in. How's the quarantine teaching you? Teaching you? How is it teaching you? How is it teaching you?
Teaching me a lot of things.
We're gonna get into that
because I got a whole list of good things we can pull from it.
Cool.
And there's a bunch of crap going on with conspiracy world and Q.
People
and the
are bored at
COVID.
home, man.
Is it real? No. Is the virus real, guys? Is it? Someone put a perfect tweet out there, said I'm simultaneously underreacting and overreacting at the same time. I feel like that, like at all times. I'm like, well, fuck, we're all gonna die, or because it's unlike the movies. It's very different than the movies where we've seen like, fucking eat my face, oh fuck, and you're like, that guy touched him, he's fucking dead. That's you. You know, and his skin melt, you know, all that, and so it's not that. It's not that. It's not that.
No.
But, you know, it could be worse because exponential growth, that's the one thing I've learned that it's taught me.
Yeah.
We learned about exponential growth because we follow AI around here, okay? And I got a whole theory on AI, COVID, Q, conspiracy. We're going to get into that.
All of it, is it all tying together?
It's
is it
all tied together.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
I've connected all the dots. and I can't wait
You know
for you
what?
to hear it.
I'll tell you what started my day. You know, it's hard to live life in quarantine,
Yeah.
especially when it's exceptionally beautiful outside. Like for instance, I woke up this morning with the sunshine in my eyes, buddy.
Tell me there's something that you just don't realize.
It's a banger. It's a fucking banger. If Kenny Chesney, let me tell you. Okay, so this is the deal. You know, I know it's probably played out. It might be a little tired. I don't know.
No,
I
not
feel
yet.
like I got to go back and
Not
watch
yet.
it.
I will watch it again.
But guys, we got to talk about the Tiger King just a little bit.
We got a music video too from one of Joe Exotic's buddies.
Yeah, buddy, competitor.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if
you
he's
know.
in the big cat game. I mean, he's
No.
in the music game. He's in the little cat game.
He's definitely in the Little Cat game. What's up, Craig Morton? Big mood.
Oh,
Rachel
yeah.
Crawford. Hello, Kenzie Bainey. Rebecca, Cool Cats and Kittens.
You don't even
Hello,
know
Missy
how true
Bliss.
that is. We got kittens coming up on the show. We have a music video.
We do.
We put together another music
Steve
video.
Erotica. Stevie Erotica.
Stevie Erotica has a video later. Stay tuned for Stevie Erotica.
I think, and I'll tell you, like, I did not expect that voice to come out of him.
It's weird, isn't it?
It's
It's
weird.
almost like it's. Remember Zach Morris and his band, the Zach Attack?
Zack Attack.
And they were all like,
Friends forever, we'll be friends forever.
"You sing it, and I'll do this." This way.
Okay. Friends forever, we'll be friends forever. I don't know, that's all I remember. For that
That's
song.
it. That's it. That's all you need.
Yeah,
That's
okay,
all you
right
need.
on. Okay,
That's
good.
all you need.
Yeah.
That's all you need. Zach Attack. It would remind me of those days where they would have
Sure.
they weren't even trying
No.
to find
They don't
find
have
someone
to.
who sounds like Zach Morris.
Yeah, they don't have to.
They don't need to do
It's
that.
like Luther Vandross's voice.
No, man. He's trying to keep that dude from Stick going knuckles deep and Kelly at the max, okay? He's got to have a chocolatey smooth voice, okay?
Yeah.
Yes, all right.
Yeah.
What was that guy's name? Eric or something like that? Remember that guy?
Oh,
That fucking asshole. He
fucking-
was a little older in college.
You know,
and
it is
shit.
really strange. I know there's like a whole thing. This is nothing new, but like it is really strange how like cool Zach Morris was when we were kids.
Oh, shit. My bad, dude.
It's okay. It's all right, bud. It's okay. It's all right.
I'm trapped.
How cool we thought he
I'm
was,
trapped.
and then they made that a little series, Zach Morris is trash, and you realize that he really was just quite the dick.
Oh, he was just a jokester, man. He was a
Yeah.
jokester.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He was. I mean, there's clips, man.
Listen, guy, we're not like, this isn't real life, okay, pal? This isn't real life.
It's not.
No.
Okay.
And neither was Saved by the Bell.
How's
We're in
the
Matrix.
what are you doing to get through quarantine, Steve?
Oh, you're gonna ask my advice? I've lost all will to do anything. My creative juices I feel like are stifled. I got stuck down the Q rabbit hole.
Well, that'll kill your spirit.
It killed me. It killed everything. It made me question everything again, you know. And I went down the conspiracy rabbit hole with my stepdad because it was something we could like bond on. And I'm down. I think it's just my brain wanting to hear a good story. So
I think that's all. Yeah.
so I was fucked up and wanting to piece together like these huge pieces. And like I said, we'll talk about that later. But the one thing that has honestly got me through it was Joe Exotic.
Tiger King.
Because of the philosophy behind there's nothing fucking more American than living your own damn life in your own little kingdom. Like, living your own damn rules.
I agree.
Like, that is as American as you can get. And we were talking earlier about how John Wayne and guys like that were American as can be. They either played a war hero from World War
Go
I
down
or
to
II,
Nicaragua, kick some ass, you pissant.
or they're a cowboy just riding off into the sunset. And they're a man. They're a man.
A lonesome cowboy.
And Joe Exotic said, "Oh, I'm gonna flip the script." He is a perfect example. If today's America was a human, it's him. It's Joe Exotic, and he's living his dreams, man.
I don't.
I'm a Baskin fan.
I think we can talk about. Oh man,
I'm a Baskin fan.
what is the matter with you?
No,
Listen-
not Carol, the husband.
Oh, I
like a-
despise that.
He's
man.
a man.
No, he's not. No, he's not. I want to dip him in a 55-gallon drum of sardine oil.
and just
When
have
the-
them go on a little walkabout.
What was your favorite part? Because my favorite part was when someone did put that oil on Joe Exotic's.
Okay, yeah. So I've been
shoes.
kind of trying to talk about it. I think most
He
people
was
have
gonna
seen
shoot it. He's like, I love my cats, and he's like, I'll kill you, bitch.
Listen,
I'll kill you.
if a liger has your leg in its mouth, you're gonna put a 44 to its head too. I don't care who you are, unless you're like a native gal from Oklahoma, in which case you're just like, put a little tussin on it.
Dude, her arm.
Put a
she's
little
back-
tussin on it. Like I
she's
don't want to
back
give
the
away
next
too
day.
many. I don't want to give away too many
She's back the
things
next day.
I do want I feel like everybody should experience this in some capacity because you can't put it down.
Yeah.
I mean, Doc Antle, guy's got a game going on. The guy's got a sweet little gig worked out. Carol is a genius. She's a business and marketing genius.
We're all they were the kids that like we're all children because my son Ivan is obsessed with animals and different kind of animals and stuff. We're all that at heart. We're all like,
sure.
oh my god, he's got a white tiger
How
over there.
many-
Oh, it just jizzed in my fucking overalls.
How many adults were like, this dude's charging a couple $100 for me to hold the tiger in my arms? I'll be back here all the time. Like, and the
dude.
dude that took care of him was like, you ever walk? You said that a couple weeks ago. You're like, you ever walk a fucking tiger, man? And like that was one of my
like,
favorite parts. Like shit, like you could see it melted this dude. It totally did. But I mean, the cast of characters, you can't write fiction this good.
I said if they gave me a year to come up with the best character I could, it would pale in comparison.
Yes.
To especially the three characters.
To not just Joe Exotic, but
yes, the
to-
world that
Dude,
they found.
That is an insane, and not just those three characters.
and the documentary filmmakers.
The cat that had the little exotic zoo like in Ohio, Tim something, ends up going into business down with Jeff Lowe down in Oklahoma.
Oh yeah, I kind of like that
dude
guy.
was kind of cool. He's just
I kind of like that guy.
A
He had that
red
monkey.
ass.
He
He's
had
just
a monkey.
red ass.
He had a monkey on his shoulder.
Always
all the
had
time.
a monkey on his
Always
shoulder.
had a monkey on
his
shoulder.
back, man.
You know that there's one thing, and this is a eulogy at a funeral. If he didn't come up and put his balls on you,
You know why I loved him, man? is I could be working, be trying to concentrate real hard, and I'm stressed out, and he'd just come up and put his balls right in my face, and I'm like,
and he made me laugh.
when I see this, like when I hear the things that they're saying, and I realize it's completely 100% genuine.
Dude, that's what made me so happy.
There is like the people in this are real. Now, whatever picture that the documentarians were trying to paint or whatever, it doesn't even matter. Like you could just, that's a reality show. I wish I would have known about the reality show.
Yeah.
I have been going and listening to all the Joe Exotic music videos.
They're the best.
I can't help it.
We made a replica.
I want to show them.
They're so good, dude. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do
Okay,
it.
listen.
Let's show them that.
Listen. Our guy, we're going to free Joe. We're going to get Joe.
Yeah, we're getting
Joe out
out.
of the Oklahoma jail.
Guys, share this real quick. Share this as far as you can because we're about to drop a 2-minute music video on you. That's gonna change your life.
It is.
Okay. Then we got a giveaway.
And it's a Stevie Erotica.
Stevie Erotica.
Stevie Erotica original.
Yes.
Stevie Erotica original.
Now he didn't sing or play the music in this.
Well,
Allegedly.
don't know.
Lawyers.
I don't know.
They got it from YouTube, and he had another guy sing it. Actually, one of his buddies. So it's kind of a deal they got. It worked out. It's a good tune. It melted my soul the first time I heard it.
Like,
because he speaks to you.
The whole story itself, the whole Joe Exotic story, and you can tell that this maybe, I don't know if it drew
What's
inspiration.
the story of
but
the
it's
song?
It's about a cowboy. It's about a lonesome cowboy.
Okay.
And he's just wandering the desert, just on a walkabout, trying to find his way. And, maybe a partner to grab his hand and stroll alongside of him. Inside of him.
Okay.
That's how I would
Okay.
I would break it down. But honestly, going back to Tiger King for a second, it's just a romantic story. There is so much love. There are so many people with so much love for one another and love for animals, mutual love for
Are
animals.
you fucking with me right now?
No.
You think they have love for each other?
There's so much love.
What are you
Did
talking
you see the
about?
love in the show?
From who?
All of them.
The love of
Doc has
tigers
like
wanting
5
to-
wives.
That was all. Listen, listen, dude.
Dude, they're loving. They're love-worthy people. Listen, let's give them a little.
I don't understand. They're not love. Don't cut
No,
away.
no, 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 no.
Don't
No,
cut away.
No,
at
no,
that.
you're clearly saying that
They're-
these people are not worthy of love. And I just want to put it out there that they are.
That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say that it's a weird type of love that they're showing. Love takes many forms, so I'm with you.
Okay. With that being said, let's give them the Stevie Erotica hit 2020.
Okay.
Lonesome Cowboy.
Okay.
His last ride.
Oh, I gotta hit it on here.
You
we
do,
don't have it.
and you're gonna have to
We don't have it.
kill them mics, babe.
Okay. Here, welcome to the show.
Hey, lonesome cowboy, hitching down the road of shame, grabbing a ride with a guy like me. He'll never even know my name.
At least not my real name.
Hey, lonesome cowboy, hop in the cab of my truck or the back of my horse.
Come on, boy.
Ride with me under the desert sky. We'll get lost in each other's eyes with a few other guys. Hey guys, staring at me with those bloodshot eyes, whispering sweet nothings through the grinding teeth.
I want to see you naked.
Put some on your finger and stick it inside me. Show all the boys how much you mean to me. Hey, lonesome cowboy, hitching down the road of shame. Take a chance on a guy like me. I want you to bear my name and win this game.
Guys, I think we got a hit on our hands here.
That was a jam. I was just
Stevie,
feel it, dude.
Stevie Erotica just, I mean, if there's
Hey.
one thing that, if I can draw a similarity there, it's just how damned charming
Thank you.
both Stevie Erotica
Erotica
and Joe Exotic
Exotica.
are. You know?
Vote for him.
just charming men.
Yeah, it is. It's just fun. It's just good, fun times.
Just
you know?
out on the lonesome road looking for love,
Man,
looking for
what's wrong with
companionship,
that?
little fellowship.
Is there anything wrong with that?
I don't think so.
I'm going to answer that question. No. There's nothing wrong with that. And we just have fun here. You know what I mean? What did you search for? The Brol guy? Laughing with tears. I am laughing my ass off. My kids
What did you
seem so
search for?
confused
The
and worried.
Brol?
What does that mean?
I don't know. I don't know.
Brol.
We're gonna need a little clarification on that,
Scotty?
bro.
Is that a revolver on his leg?
It was indeed.
Yes, it was.
My kids seem confused and worried. Your kids are confused and worried
Yeah,
upstairs.
whatever.
Anyway,
That's
guys,
what we do with our time.
I cannot recommend. And
That's what Sweet Leaf Emporium is, you know.
they're on board for it.
They're giving this away.
They are giving this away. This easy butter right here and this kind pen right here.
You
right.
don't have any more chances.
We had 34
Yeah, you don't have any more chances.
entries
Yeah.
at $5 a whack.
They're going to give away more, though.
And we're gonna throw up the list of names. We randomly generated the names into a spreadsheet, and then we'll. 34.
It'll be
And
fun. It'll be
whoever
good.
it lands on is going to be
the winner
The winner
of this.
of
you
the
get
easy
one
butter.
of these,
Dude. This thing for real. Like I'm gonna get me one.
I'm gonna give me one of these.
I'm gonna
too.
get me one
I'm
because
gonna
that
do it
thing
too.
is legit.
It'd be so nice to be able
Herb,
to just cook.
butter, or oil in 10 minutes.
How does it work? Do you know?
Well, you put your
Well,
stuff
cut
in there,
two
and then you
sticks of
put your stuff
unsalted
in there.
butter in 1-inch cubes and press lightly into the flour pot. 1 cup of oil instead of butter.
No doubt.
Add
Insert the
water
filter,
to the
fill
lower
with finely
pot,
chopped
just below
herbs,
the raise
close
your
the top of the filter, tighten the upper pot to the lower pot, place the pot on the burner on medium heat, keep the handle out of direct heat.
Too much heat may cause the pressure to
Right.
blow up and murder your family. What is it?
That's
Just
strange.
kidding, guys. Just kidding.
Sweet Leaf, they're on board, and I dig it, man. I dig.
They're awesome people.
They are awesome people.
How
One
did-
of our sponsors reached out the other day on the page. Our guy, Brad at Truman's, reached out. He said,
Yeah, talk about this shit.
there any head shops still open right now? And we said, hey, why don't you support them sponsy?
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what you said.
I said, support them sponsy.
Yeah, sponsy speak. It's a game. That's a
Yeah,
game recognized.
that's right. Game recognized game.
Speckanized,
But
speckanized.
honestly, though,
Speckanized.
Brad being the awesome part of the family that he is, he's like, I ain't afraid of a little drive. I'm heading down there.
Did he go down
Because
there?
that's what it's all about. I don't know if he's been down there yet, but he's
Is he
with it.
bullshitting us?
Is he?
Is he fucking bullshitting us? What the fuck? How dare you? What are you trying to do? What,
No, this thing isn't set up for
what are you
shit.
trying to do? It's got close
There
up
it
both
is.
of us. Hold on, you got
I'm
really,
just gonna hang out down here,
you
guys.
really lit all just
Nobody fucking check that camera.
No one cares about that camera. Bibbidi bobbidi boo. Okay, so the thing I loved most about Joe Exotic and that show is that it got me away from all of the nonsense that was going around. Because Craig, we got some crazy shit going on like in the world, and I do want to get to our fan page stuff because censorship has a little bit to do with that. And I'm starting to realize everything's connected. We talk about cannabis on here. We talk about mushrooms. The cannabis industry is totally come to a fucking halt.
Yeah.
But what's really cool is you fucking crazy fuckers out there. I've been part of a few quarantine smoke sessions. There's a bunch of
Yeah.
Facebook groups.
It is.
popping
It's
up.
neat.
We'll figure out a way. And I love how, I've been pretty adamant about being like, hey, keep, people I haven't seen
Sure.
and been around. I'm like, okay, I'm like, whatever. I'm a fucking loser, man. We need to take it seriously, though. We do need to take it seriously.
Yeah, it fucking killed Joe Diffie, man.
I don't even know who that is.
You don't know who Spiffy Joe Diffie is?
I don't. I've heard of him, but I'm
You-
not.
you've
like
heard
a-
his music.
and I feel like people are gonna be like, you don't fucking
No,
know
I'm not
who
trying.
Joe
I'm not
Diffie
trying
is.
to do.
Not
I'm not
you.
trying to do that to you.
Craig
buddy.
Morton probably. I'm sure he's gonna call me out about this.
Hey, I did hear that John Prine has been upgraded to stable condition. So that is. Super
Oh, that's
great.
good. I
Yeah,
love John
yeah,
Prine.
fuck
Now, I
yeah,
do know his
for
music.
sure.
So fuck Joe Diffie. Don't know any of his songs, but
Jesus,
John
the man
Prine.
just
I'm
died,
kidding. I'm
Steve.
kidding,
Come
guys.
on,
Come on. I'm
Steve.
sorry. I shouldn't.
I
have
led
joked
you
about it.
down
I
the
love
road.
Joe
It's my
Diffie.
fault.
You did. You
I
did.
led you
Blame
down.
him.
I
Blame him.
knew what was going to come of this.
Nate Bowman, we got a whole skit for you, okay, buddy? Because guess who Stevie Erotica's worst enemy is?
Who's that?
Nate Baskin.
Nate Baskin.
Nate Baskin on cannabis. On catnip.
Baskin on the boogie bush.
He's the guy.
Baskin
He's
on the
guy.
boogie bush.
I'm coming after you. I'm gonna Photoshop. I'm gonna
No one talks about the
Photoshop
pickup
Nate
man
Bowman's
like that.
face on the Carol Baskin's body, and
Deep
we're gonna
fakes.
have ourselves. We're gonna have
Deep
ourselves
fakes.
a good one.
All right. So, what was it that you loved about Joe Exotic?
Freedom.
Freedom.
Fucking freedom, dude.
More than anything, man, it was like I'm not usually into like
I'm not on board with like the fucking.
the Jerry Springer kind of
Animal.
drama. That's typically not my speed. This did it did inspire
Hey,
me.
Craig, I was kidding.
It,
Steve, eat a whole bag of dicks. eat a whole bag.
a whole bag of them.
I'll do it. Have you not seen our humor? It's all just a veil for our gayness. We're kids in the 90s. It's like we're not man enough to actually go for it.
It's true.
His dirty ass. What's happening here?
is going
Freedom's just a. No.
Freedom is
Just another freedom, just another word for another left to lose. Oh, nothing, another and me. Oh, even good was easy to hold when he sang the blues. Feeling good was good enough for me. Yeah. Good enough for me and my body. Yeah.
So yeah, it's just great. It's great that we had something to disappear into.
Somehow that story, which had the craziest twists and turns, and by the third episode, I was like,
It went down exactly how it was going to.
yeah, right. Like by the third episode, I'm like, okay, this is insane. This is bizarre. This is the most bizarre shit I've seen. By episode 5, I'd forgotten what happened in episode 3 because we had gone so far off the fucking deep end in this story. And
What's
it's
up with
got
the laws in
such
America?
A cool.
That's pretty cool.
It's just got such a cool set of characters, man. I highly encourage everybody to go check
Everyone's good. Everyone has already checked it out. How's everybody's quarantine going for you guys? What are we doing? We also had the watch parties, which you kind of bailed on those.
Yeah.
Kind of bailed on. Well, you failed a few times. Kind of threw out a few.
That kind of sucked.
Yeah, or the movie.
I got baited like I got fucking catfished by a Cheech and Chong movie.
Well,
that was fucked up.
You know what's fucked up? Titty. Catfish. I tried to watch Terminator 2 on there the other day, and I could watch it, but then it wouldn't let me start a watch party. So I think they might be on to us.
We snuck a few titties in there on some of the movies.
Oh yeah, we did.
Which is kind of cool.
We watched Starship Troopers and reversed it back.
At the end, went back to the shower scene. That was a clutch move. That was a clutch.
We had
move.
more viewers for that part than we did the whole thing.
So okay, Missy says I should tell the titty story.
Tell the titty.
So Miss and I are lying in bed the other day. We're watching my Netflix pick of the week, and we're sitting there.
Netflix.
Big deal. We're
watching the movie
it's
I selected last week.
You would have never ever thought to watch it if I didn't tell you to watch this. So we're lying there. We're deep in the throes of the story, and our son's playing Fortnite with it. I mean, and they're really handling the quarantine great. Like they're being self-sufficient. They're handling their own. But he's been playing Fortnite on the iPad, and so he's been playing with our nephew, and they've been FaceTiming each other first thing in the morning. They get set up, and then they go into Fortnite, and they're just jamming all day. And we're sitting there watching it, and I can hear them talking, but I've got it tuned out. I'm focused on the deal, and then all of a sudden I thought I heard something, but I wasn't sure. And then Missy's like calls out our nephew, and she's like,
they can hear through the iPad.
I don't know if I should use his name.
No,
yeah.
Barry?
Yeah,
Bert? I don't know. What's a good
Jimmy Bulo? You stop saying that right now. And I was like, was he saying what I said? And from the other room, they're sitting there. They're just running around playing Fortnite. And he's like, titty. It was like a 9-year-old. Okay. And you get it. You remember the first time you said a funny cuss word. And it was just it's just me and my buddies. Like, let's see what crazy words we could say.
Oh,
dude. They were dying.
I love that shit.
They were dying.
I love that shit. That shit's great because it reminded me of a story that I'm not sure if I can actually even tell on the that I want out there. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go ahead.
The boners?
No, that one's
you've told
fine.
that before.
That's fine. Yeah, that one's fine. It was something about balls. Oh no. Okay, here's one thing.
The one you told
Let
me
me to no. Different.
Okay, fair enough.
My son has been going to online school. And you saw probably the video of that guy. His wife is online, and her husband comes in the background, and he's got his underwear on,
Okay.
And have you seen that?
I don't know.
Okay, well, he's he's in like a Speedos,
Okay.
Oh, the Zoom conference call. Everybody saw it. Did you see the one of that chick taking a piss?
No, what are you watching?
It's like a group, like a 20-person group, and she puts it down on the floor, and it's like just her legs, and she's like, I had to pay $9.95 to see it.
Oh, so it didn't go viral. You sought this out with dollars.
Yeah, you can find a lot of them.
I get it.
But Oliver's been going to online school, and in his room, there's only like a window of this much where you can see from his room into my room across the hallway. But it has to be like a perfect storm of events. Like the camera would have to be positioned this way, and I would have to be getting dressed in my room where I needed to get dressed. So I saw him on there this morning, and I noticed, like before I hopped in the shower, I was like, shit, his laptop's in the perfect storm position.
To just catch
That's
something.
crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. I should fucking probably watch that. Whatever. Do some stuff. Hop in the shower. Come back into my room. Okay.
Good radio.
So I do this. I do this thing. Just wait. I do this thing where to dry myself off. You know, I take my towel and I put it on my back like this and put it back. So now
Sure, yeah.
I'm kind of moving towards the perfect storm
The old
area.
spit shine.
If Oliver has his thing, but I also do this thing since I have the bidet. I don't like to. I don't like to towel off anymore. You know, I'm all about drip drying. So what I'll do is I'll do this thing where you go real fast like that, and your balls flip like this, and they'll actually smack into your butthole a little bit, and that'll dry them off. And so I was doing that in Oliver's class. He had a whole. He was giving a presentation to the entire school about COVID-19 and how not to spread it. And his dad was about 14 feet in the background,
Shaking it out.
slapping his nuts to his fucking butthole.
All right, enough. God damn it. We can't have anything nice.
Sorry.
We can't have
Damn it, I'm
anything.
10 minutes late on
We
that
can't
story.
have
I'm 10 minutes late
anything
on that
nice.
story.
Yeah, you're supposed to do that when at 19 minutes and 30 seconds.
You want to play the native hemp commercial?
I do. Give it to me.
I thought we had a button for it.
Hey, boys and girls, I'm talking about native hemp extract. That CBD,
That CBD
inside of me,
inside of me.
that CBD,
That CBD.
sweet delicious CBD. That CBD,
That CBD.
got the CBD native hemp. That CBD,
That CBD.
you can get it from me.
I can.
That CBD,
That CBD.
inside of me.
Inside of me.
That CBD,
That CBD.
inside of me.
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 Inside of me. Inside of me. Native hemp extract. 1,800 milligrams of total cannabinoid goodness from Pike County, Illinois. Get yours at HooterSophisticate.com.
Native hemp extract. That was fun. I love this so damn much. Whatever that commercial cost, it was worth every fucking penny.
You know how people can let us know that?
Yeah, go fucking buy
Go get some
some
native hemp extract. guys.
from our.
We were just talking about it
website.
today, off screen, no bullshit, just about how well it actually works. It'll get your brain firing if you're feeling foggy.
Oh yeah, I love it. I really
it
do.
really is it's a cognitive kickstart.
Yeah, I've been lying about everything else we've been
Everything.
advertising.
The rest of these fucking
Bullshit,
schmoes.
yeah, roofing's bullshit, insurance, but this
Total,
guy,
yeah. Well, no,
this
no,
guy.
they're still our sponsors.
Oh. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Guys, thank you for joining us. Jesus Christ.
It sounds like CBD and sodomy. Ooh, he's
that what it sounds
got a
like?
trained ear.
Who said that?
Josh Loftus. Josh Loftus. He says that. Oh, by the way, he said quarantine rocks. The fish are biting. He said that he had some morels. They're
I
popping,
couldn't
buddy.
fucking catch
They're
any
popping.
damn fish.
The morels are
I went and got worms.
popping. I haven't heard of anything up this way too much, but down in the Ozarks, they kicking.
You ready for this, dude? You want to do this, man? You want to give this thing away, man? You want to do this right now, man?
Yeah.
You
Just
wanna
be
do this?
easy with it. We're giving that away.
You want to do this, man?
You good? All right, here we go.
No.
Well, I'll just do that right here.
All right, guys. This is from Sweet Leaf Emporium. Okay. And what were the stipulations on getting into this?
If they donated $5 to paypal.me/Aubrey Strong, they were put for every $5 they had a chance put in the hat to win this Easy Butter and this Kind pen. So we raised a couple $100, and we're gonna go ahead and raffle this stuff off. It's pretty exciting.
Hey, can I tell you something too?
Sure.
You know our guy Brian Kessler?
Yeah.
And you know how I've been talking about the South Spanish Society.
Yes.
Well, he had the Vibe Tribe going, but he's gonna kind of morph it, evolve it into I think either like the Southside Outreach or maybe Spanish Society Outreach program or something where he's gonna raise money and
I think it's
find
great.
a cause.
I think
Raise
it's
money,
great.
find
He's
a cause.
doing it anyway. He's
Yes.
doing it anyway. It really is. I mean, when Brian does a lot just to help people.
Yeah, he does.
I want to give him a shout out for real.
Yeah,
he goes out of his way. I think he spends more time working at giving than he probably does in his in his 9-to-5 career.
He's figured it out.
As a firefighter, by the way.
I know.
Like the dude is just in service, and I think it's awesome. I think it's admirable. And
he's figured out the key to life.
I mean,
is
I've been
helping
running
people.
the washer tournament with him for the last 4 years. We've given away tens of thousands of dollars. It's fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Like it's great. I want the Spanish Society to be Grand Central Station for the Hoosier Sophisticate clan.
Yep.
I really do. And they made a substantial.
Well, yeah, they put in 500 originally and then added another 500 to it.
It's awesome.
So $1,000.
$1,000.
I mean, our Hoosiers of the year
No
are
doubt.
really coming through for us.
No doubt.
And the rest of our people, what a little community we've cultivated, and we want to continue to do stuff like this. And every interaction, every little thing we do has some sort of positive ripple. And maybe multiple positive ripples.
With any luck.
Multiple.
Like, that's how ripples
hey,
work.
This person's going to make butter for somebody who may need it. This person's probably going to be a selfish asshole and spread corona. You know what I mean? With this thing. I'm sucking it. Sucking this thing down. All right. So you want to go ahead and do this thing? We've been kissing Brian's butt.
Yeah,
too much.
I think so.
And kudos to him.
Why don't I give you that back?
Kudos to him for also keeping up the guitar. He's a great guitar
Dude,
player too.
he's gotten so good. It's inspired me. Like it really has. So here's a number generator. We have
let me show you.
Yeah, show him the image there at the top.
What is it?
Where'd you put it, guy?
Is it gone? It's gone.
Okay, maybe we can come back to it.
What? What does that mean?
We come back to it when we have the picture of the names.
Oh no! Where did they go? And then that image 11. Well, I'm gonna figure this out real quick. You guys just hold on.
Well, yeah, you wanna just
we'll
hold
come
court?
back
Yeah, we'll
to
come
it.
back to
We'll
it.
come back to it.
Hey.
I want to see.
I'm kidding.
I love that.
I went to Steve's erotica again for a second. All right, that was supposed to be an image of the numbers that we have.
No doubt.
Oh, you have it right there. Maybe just show it up. Do you have the image on your phone? Because I know I do.
so. Yeah.
Hold it up to the thing and we'll do it.
Okay,
And then we can do a master reveal. We'll roll with it, baby. We're rolling with the punches, man.
Okay.
That's what I do, baby.
Okay.
All right, you got that picture? Show it up there so people know we're not bullshitting. That way we have record of that being the thing of record. That'll be front side, right? Oh, that's dope.
That's pretty cool.
That's dope. So you can see that.
Oh, can you guys see that?
That's fucking cool as shit, man.
Okay.
So you
there's
get that.
your names. We'll hold them back up there. Whoa.
Oh, that was cool right before it went. That's trippy as hell.
All right, man. I don't know.
All right, so let's do this thing. We can go to the desktop, random number generator. I am going to generate this number, and the winner.
Should we click it a couple of times just to show people?
On the
sometimes
third
it's one-
time?
Yeah, on the third click.
So 1 click, 2 click, third click is the winner.
That's right.
1 click, 2 click, 3 click is the winner. 10, number 10. Who's got 10? Who's
10.
got 10? Tell me.
Jennifer Barra.
Jennifer Barra's got it. All right, Jennifer Barra.
Number 10.
Woo! Jennifer Barra is our winner. Wow, our Hoosier of the Year won it. That's not suspect at all. Our Hoosier of the Year won it. Anyway, good job, Jennifer Barra. We'll get that to you. She's just a sweet human being.
I love her.
So I
love
wouldn't
her.
be surprised if she.
I love her bow.
She's just an amazing person. We've surrounded ourselves with
That's what this
just
whole
awesome
thing is.
people, and I mean, like we were talking about the little smoke sessions that we had before too. Like, just you forget how much connection means. Like just laughing in person with people. This is a weird time, being so far from hanging out on a regular basis and just getting together with 5, 10, 15 people. You didn't realize how much you took that for granted.
No doubt.
It's just being able to that's the things that you do have to look at with this. Like there is some loneliness, that is popping up, and groups like this. I'm so glad that there are people like this. I didn't know I needed that little quarantine sesh spot thing until after I was
That was
done.
really cool, man.
And Jenny and I were laughing our asses off.
It was really fun.
just seeing
we'll-
each other's faces.
We'll do it again when we can, on the days that we can fit that in. That really was fun. Set up a Zoom call. We can have up to 100 people.
I was just a little pissy, not really knowing that I was that pissy. And after that phone call, I was like, just kind of had
it
a little
was fun,
pep
man.
in my
Everybody
step.
just kind of checking in,
Yeah.
toasting one another.
Yeah.
What you got, Mikey?
Well, we got Jennifer Barra asking what did she even win. I think she missed out on that. Do you want to give that one more little?
The kind pen.
Yeah.
You want a kind pen?
And an easy butter maker. It makes 2 sticks at a time in about 10 minutes.
Yep.
So how about that?
How about
Jennifer
those
Barra?
them butter apples? How about them apple butters? Apple butter is gross, man.
Oh, I love apple butter.
I love
Do you?
apple butter.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
Man, I can't do it. My
You
dad.
get it on a nice buttery biscuit, boy.
I need to try it again. We made it in school, and the smell of it was so heinous.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
'Cause we made it
that
in there?
Shouldn't be your.
Why
your
did we make it in
relationship.
there?
Pilgrim Days or something?
I think it was. It was like a time
Something like that, yeah.
This is what it is to do. Is to mash them and put them in there, and then when you mash them up real good, you make butter. My dad told me the story of why he hated it, and it was because he thought he had chocolate pudding as a kid, and he was scooping it on his plate, and he was like, "Yeah," and he took one of those big old spoons, and he was like, oh, "Apple butter," and then it was like, "Oh no, that's disgusting," and he was all like, "Fuck you, Mom." Which was weird that he just fucking yelled at his mom like that as a kid. You can't do that shit in the 60s.
No.
Not without catching something upside the head.
Yeah, so that's crazy.
What we got? 45M.
You
I
want
want to talk
to
about the positive.
Oh, yeah, I do want to talk about the
things.
positive things.
What are some of the good things you're seeing out of COVID?
I love the because last week we didn't touch it at all. We didn't touch this at all. We tried to give everyone a little break from it.
I think we needed a break more than
Yeah.
anything.
And you're right. You're right. But this, I love the pace everyone's moving at.
Yeah.
I really do. I love the way driving is very not aggressive.
Oh, sure.
Like, it reminds me of I went to Amsterdam, and the vibe is very much the same now.
Okay, just everybody's a little more laid back and not trying to rush to everybody's
And
schedule.
St. Louis isn't like that.
Everybody's schedule isn't quite as urgent anymore.
Everybody has places to go during the week. Usually, like, oh, this is my weekend.
Gotta
I got
keep-
places
gotta
to
keep
go.
a schedule.
I got work to do. And people are figuring out that their job can be done remotely. That's amazing. Craig, I've been talking about this transhumanist shift that's going to happen for real. There are big changes on the horizon.
I agree.
And that ties into kind of everything I have going with that whole queue and everything. But those are some of the best things I've seen. Nature. Nature seems amazing right now. At night, I've been able to hear animals better. It's just cool. So, I love that. I love Venice.
You love water? Do you love liquid?
No, I just love how Venice, the animals are coming back. I love how
Dude, that
we
is,
realize that
really,
this is cool. This is good. This the hustle and bustle. Fuck the hustle and bustle. We've been moving too quick, I think. I think we've been moving I always dreamt about the days of, oh man, 1900s where it's like you wake up, you plow the field, you make sure, your kids are learning their book learning. You might, they went to the schoolhouse, make sure Jimmy knows how to shoot the .22. You're living on your schedule, and you're in touch with the earth because you're growing.
People are getting really good time with their family. People are getting really stressful time with their family. But like, I think that all in all, it's a positive.
Yeah.
I feel like the
people dying by.
Well, that's obviously a shitty part of all of this. No, I'm just talking about
the good things.
The quarantine, the quarantine aspect of it.
I've been straight up want to choke my kids out a few times, dude.
Yeah,
stronger than I'm used to.
My kids are being really good, and like the first few days, I had little patience for it. Like they were being good, and I had little patience for it. I'm trying. Hey, Dad, just check this out. They weren't asking me to come play. They weren't, but like every. Couple minutes. Hey, Dad, isn't this funny?
Jen posted a picture of, and you had a great response to it. Jen, my wife, posted a meme of your kid will say, "Hey, Mom," 40 times to turn around, and he's got like his leg up over some guy's got his leg up over his arm, and he's like, "You see this?" And you're like, "Yeah." Now is the perfect time.
Never too early to tell your kids that what they're doing isn't that great. Like it's not good, and they should strive for more. That's a. I feel that shit
I know.
In my soul.
I felt it here. Like I feel that shit.
I just, are we? If we want our kids to excel and be great,
yeah,
you don't have to be a dick about it.
Yeah,
but you can certainly be honest and say, "Are you giving it your all?"
No doubt. I always say that.
But but you also want to encourage.
You got to
pick to be
pick
goofy.
and choose.
Yeah,
no doubt. Sure. I also think humanity is really stepping up. You can't swing a dead goose without hitting somebody over the skull who's trying to help somebody, which is good. Everybody's trying to reach out and lend a helping hand, make a mask, like this. This one guy was making masks out of bras.
Yeah, I saw that.
He was just sniffing chicks'
underwear.
Did
you see the old man?
He was just sniffing chicks' underwear.
The old man, like he was sitting there. It looked like he was maybe.
All these guys in prison were like, "No, I was making masks."
His daughter was giving him a bra mask.
That was great.
And he's like, "That's a titty.
That's a titty.
That's a titty right there. I'm old, but I ain't blind. That's a woman titty."
And then he couldn't get over his head.
That shit was so funny.
That was so awesome. Dude.
Titty.
That was good. That was
a lot of titties.
So there's a lot of good positives, and it's a shift. It's a shift in everything we've ever known.
Yeah.
We thought 9/11 was crazy, and it was.
Yeah, sure.
The craziest thing ever. This is of scale like we've never seen before.
What is the
and we have to change.
What is the impending Patriot Act legislation that's coming from this? Like, not the Patriot Act itself, but what is going to be the legislation that grants the government X amount more power on the scale that the Patriot Act did?
Well,
like,
how much more power?
Like us going from, I mean, I'm sure we were already being surveilled, but I mean,
no. We 100 million% are being surveilled.
Yes.
I've looked into this Vault 7.
No doubt.
And like they've said, major corporations who deal in technology have built back doors for the U.S. government to be able to spy on terrorists, just in case there's a terrorist that they might have created with the MK Ultra. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they did it.
Sure.
But that's the whole fucking deal. They have been, and we never, ever would have known about it if it wasn't for Edward Snowden.
Yeah.
And we treat that fucking guy like he's an infidel, like he gave out intelligence
They
secrets.
seized.
Fuck that shit.
I agree.
Dude.
I agree. I think Edward Snowden is a national hero.
Because that's all connected to all of this shit. It's all connected. Like the fact that we don't get angry about that and we get angry about dumb other shit. Just like there are kids going missing. You can follow the Q thing, but there are some fucked up things that we are okay with as a people.
The things that we accept as truth, even if they don't connect together this great conspiracy, whether or not they do, the things that we know to be true are fucking horrifying.
Yes.
They're fucking horrifying.
Horrifying.
So,
and we're allowing it to happen because we're turning a blind eye and being misdirected by just bullshit. It's so easy to fall into bullshit.
So this is like, we're actually supposed to save this talk a little bit for the second hour.
I know, but everything
happy
leads to
things about COVID.
Oh yeah, dude. No,
This
that
is
is the cool thing. We went fishing.
Yeah.
Josh
Get
was
any
talking
bites?
about fishing. We did have a few bites finally.
Okay.
Has anyone been to Klondike Park? If you haven't
where's
been to,
that
at?
are you fucking kidding me? It's out 94. Take 40 to 94. Keep going south a bunch. I forget what it's by. It's got white sand and cacti.
Cool.
And it's a quarry lake. So there's spots where you can get in the softest white sand beaches, like Destin, Florida.
No shit.
No shit.
Whoa.
Boulders and little things the kids can kind of climb on. Klondike Park. Look it up. It is fucking amazing. The time I've got to spend with my kids, and now I have to get into more of a routine. You have to get into more of a routine. That's the deal with my kids. I have to push them to be better. I'm the best at figuring out a game to play that tricks them into learning a little something. Like, that's the best. And they're figuring out, too, what they like. I remember a while ago I saw a TED Talk with like a 10-year-old fucking kid who got to pick his own curriculum and started like these different way of learning that was just expressing new ideas in different arenas and then taking other stuff you learned and applying it to this aspect. Like, oh, we're going to have you work at a skateboard company, but you're also going to run the business side of this. Like, you're going to learn how much the wheels cost and how much we're going to put this in terms that you can, that you're passionate about. Cause the kid was like, oh yeah, I'm a skater. Sure, his parents were, just trying a different way to learn. Cause that's, crazy too. The healthcare or the school system. So getting to see your kids flourish before you, because we don't get to see our kids that much. Now we get to see them all the time. I wanted to choke them out, but I also have to realize that that's great, dude.
Sure.
Like, let's feel the human emotion.
Yeah,
this
and
range
they
of
don't,
emotion.
and they also don't have the outlet, the multiple outlets of like, multiple friends and classmates and things like that to kind of bounce this crazy bountiful energy off of.
Sure.
So, as parents, we're getting bombarded by what normally 90 other people are absorbing the fucking,
We can all appreciate teachers more too.
Oh,
Like,
buddy.
Jesus Christ,
No
man.
doubt.
Like,
no doubt.
So there's a lot of good shit that's come from.
And
the
these are
weather's
our
changing.
kids. Like, can you imagine them being other people's
Well,
kids?
I think that's the deal.
You think you're more patient with other people's kids?
I know 90%, 95% of kids are usually better around. Like, I feel like, I've
Around strangers?
around like an authority figure. Like, rarely do you have a whole mess of kids who are acting up. Whole mess of them. Like, usually it's only a few bad eggs. I'd say for the most of the field trips I've just been hanging out on. God damn it. No, that I went with my kid too. It's always just like 3 or 4. Thinking back in my day, it was like 3 or 4 kids that would kind of jackass around. It wasn't like dangerous fucking minds.
Yeah.
Michelle Pfeiffer being like, hey. And then fucking Coolio being like, don't fucking talk to
I've
me
been
like
spending
that.
most of lives living in
the gangster's paradise. Money and the power, minute after minute, hour after hour. Everybody's lying, but half of them ain't look what's going on in the kitchen, and I can't tell what's cooking.
So that's what's going on.
Yeah, man. Good things about COVID for
Talk
sure.
to your kids right now, Stephen. Okay, let's go talk to our kids right now.
What are you
Call them.
doing? Is this a threat?
Kind of laughing my ass off. Who says
I
that?
think it was in response to I went fishing with you.
or you ain't.
Kinda laughing my ass.
fuck?
Kinda laughing my ass off. That's what it was. Kinda laughing my ass off.
I'm sorry.
Why are you reading stuff, Mike? Because we're reading them right over here. We've ignored you the whole time. Are you talking into the microphone?
I have
No, I'm
really
good.
appreciated. The only thing that I'm really kind of
Oh,
struggling
it's
with.
Romy Rome.
The only thing I'm really kind of struggling with is just my rhythms or my sleep patterns are all off. The kids' sleep patterns are off. Like they're getting their work done, but like our schedule has shifted like 2 solid hours. Like the whole world's like it's crazy. Everybody, like I feel like I'm waking up at like 8:45, 9, and I'm like,
where have your Facebook lives been? It's one thing people were like, I miss that more than anything.
I miss those.
Okay, I'll start checking in. It was really more about. It was really more about just having a companion along for the ride.
Yeah,
not riding nowhere.
I know.
I ain't riding nowhere.
You should just drive around, man.
Okay.
That's what's been great. The roads. I already mentioned that.
Yeah.
The roads have been awesome.
I feel like
Is this how we're supposed to be
living? I feel like
living?
the law's watching the roads real tight right now.
See, I didn't see any cops, and I've
seen quite a few.
And I was like, oh, I saw one right at the end. I was like, of course.
Yeah.
Whatever. But I think we're heading towards less days and hours worked per week. Because you can only tip the scale so hard in capitalism's favor. We're like, I'm going to fucking outwork the next dude. The way machines and everything is evening the playing field, and the way that they can just inject $2 trillion into our economy, we're all going to be millionaires here soon. Whatever. I'm just kidding. But the way things can work out is pretty good.
Okay. Yeah. I feel like we should save all of this.
That's why I'm going to break it all down.
You keep taking us out of the happy zone of COVID.
I don't mean to.
I've gotten great one-on-one time with Miss, which I feel like has been missing for a long time. Just being able to chill, veg out, watch a show.
Yes.
Actually just hang, cuddle.
Watch a Hollywood show
dinner.
with a lot of Hollywood.
Anything as far away from that as possible. I watched The Wonderful Whites of West Virginia the other night.
That. What were your first impressions?
Oh, I mean, it's a heartbreaking tale of addiction. I mean,
that's not funny.
It's not funny.
This is the happy part of the show. God, you can't do it either, man.
Quarantine.
God, that's got us, man.
No, but there were some of the funniest quotes throughout that movie, and not to mention
they all got clean too.
The old grandpa.
They should release Ibogaine in the water down there.
Oh fuck! Can you imagine? Can you imagine an Ibogaine ceremony with nothing but whites?
Stu Bob, I see the creature woman herself looking at me.
I was always the sexy one.
Y'all having?
They all have the same voice too.
Hey, when you see me tonight, we may look like some bad bitches now. But when you see me later tonight, I'm going to be like, oh, I'm fucked up. And I was like, what?
Why don't we give them a commercial break and come back, and then we're going to get fucking serious.
Well, should we throw them?
Yes.
We can just get into Freaky Fun from the fan page or the Exotic or DOS thing, because we got a lot here that we haven't got to.
Why don't we come back to Freaky Fun from the fan page, and then we'll just slide right into.
We'll do everything you want to do.
Getting pretty good at this.
Thank you.
Get out of here. Yeah. All right. Get out of here. Get out of there. All right. You want to go to commercial?
Yeah, man. Guys,
all right. Let's
stick around.
Back.
See you later.
Hey, girl, where you want to go?
I don't care. I just love you.
Are you hungry? Do you want to get something to eat?
I don't care, I'm kinda hungry.
Well, what sounds good?
Anything sounds good, you pick.
How about some Mexican?
No, I had that for lunch yesterday.
How about we get some Italian food?
Ew.
Okay, now you're not saying anything and just giving me a
look. I just want something delicious.
What does that even mean?
I want to sit outside.
Applebee's, son?
Applebee's
no,
is
Applebee's.
gross.
Applebee's
I'm not eating
good.
Applebee's.
I don't know why
Applebee's
you're always
fries
on
are
Applebee's.
disgusting.
Applebee's is one of
They're
my favorite
gross.
places to go ever.
I'm not eating Applebee's.
I want to go to Truman's.
Let's go to Truman's. Soulard, go to Truman's. I want to go to Truman's. In Soulard, take me to Truman's.
Humans and Soulard, a place we can all agree upon.
James Carlton. James Carlton. James Carlton. You gotta get your insurance. Gotta get that State Farm insurance.
You think you found the best insurance agent in the game? Well, I got news for you. I did, and it's James Carlton. State Farm. CarltonInsurance.net.
Hey everybody, I'm just making this post as a little public service announcement. I recently had a roof leak and I got online and called the #RoofBoys. They showed up and they didn't have a truck. They came out of the woods near my home, which was odd. When they showed up, I'm pretty sure they were children. The little one was aggressive. He was beating on my garage. He was shirtless and had a tattoo that said Bug Life. And the older one didn't have a ladder and said he would climb my roof by getting on the pillar, and he was slapping a spatula around, which I don't know what a spatula does for roofing. So if you want a reputable roofer, I recommend you go to Lifetime Roofing and Renovation, located in Webster Grove. They've been around since 2005, and they're grown men.
Hey guys, it's me, Kippy the Crazy Koala Bear, and I'm here to tell you about James Carlton Insurance.
Kids, quiet down.
It's the best.
Kids, quiet down and listen to Kippy.
Grown-ups need insurance, and Uncle James can help.
Right on.
Grown-ups need insurance. He's got the best reviews on Yelp. Grown-ups need insurance if they want to protect their house.
Yes, sir.
Grown-ups need insurance if they want to properly bury a spouse.
That's a bit morbid.
Grown-ups need insurance if they drive a truck.
Okay.
Grown-ups need insurance just so they don't get...
Whoa, Kippy, you can't...
Well, I was just going to say
cannot.
get in trouble.
Okay, well, it
you
sounded
don't
like you
want
were
to
going
get
to
in trouble.
like you were going to say something else. James Carlton, State Farm Insurance. You can find him online at CarltonInsurance.net, or you can call him at 314-961-4800.
Welcome back.
Hey.
How are you?
Hey, guys.
All right.
It's been fun.
It
It's
has
time
been
to
fun.
get real.
It's time to get real. We avoided the heavy talk. It's very controversial. It's controversial stuff.
It is.
People right now in times of crisis don't feel like we have time. Thank you, Mike. Don't feel like we have time right now to be distracted from a very real thing that's happening to all of us. I mean, it is, from a very ominous perspective, a mass culling of the population through this virus. It's a very serious thing, and it's proven to be more serious so far than anybody wanted to give it credit for in the beginning. And I think there were people all along that said, "Hey, let's take this seriously." But I think it's starting to affect communities a little bit closer. It appears to be. I got nothing to lose quarantined up. I get to hang with my loved ones. If they're saying, "Hey, let's shut her down for a couple weeks, we can really slow this thing down," right on. Let's fucking rock and roll.
No doubt.
So I think that's part of the reason why a lot of people just don't have time for quote unquote conspiracy theories.
Sure.
Right now, and I think that makes the conversation always really tough to be had, because typically when they get most popular, or when more and more people are talking about them, or when we have more time on our hands.
This is the most popular conspiracy theory that I've ever seen circulated immediately after a tragedy or an event, a happening.
Yeah.
And it started for us kind of with the Fall Cabal.
Yeah.
Which is a 10-part series on YouTube that isn't very well done.
I agree.
They're giving you a ton of information, but they're also putting information in there that's total hearsay.
Editorial, for sure.
Yes. So they're not doing where. You remember that song? Where have all the cowboys gone? Well, where have all the journalists gone? The journalists, that's one of the main things that we as American citizens should be fired the fuck up about every day is the death of our
objective journalism.
The death of 3 or 4 or 5 people in this country that we can fucking trust. That because back in the day, if you got caught fixing a story you were done. Your career was done. Now, if they don't have shit on you, this is another thing, just remembering things from the years. If they didn't have some sort of shit on you, or if you didn't play some sort of certain game, you're never going to make it to a talking head on the news. That's a certain select few. How many, it's like becoming a sports broadcaster. There's 32 jobs, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you don't think everybody wants that fucking job? Like, you better mind your P's and Q's and do what you're supposed to do. Otherwise, there's somebody to come fill your fucking shoes. So the death of media is the first thing we should all be pissed about. And none of us, here's how we should look at the media, because the Fall Cabal opened my eyes to everything. Now I'm going to dissect everything for you, filter all the bullshit out, break it down for people, big picture, and then break down what we really need to be mad about. So let me step back. Fall Cabal, the whole deal is there is a cabal, a satanistic group that mutilates, steals, and eats children.
Yeah.
And it branches to the highest levels of Hollywood and politics.
And religion.
Okay. So it builds this whole narrative. It also draws Trump out to be a character playing genius who is this intellectual Riddler, internet Riddler, who leaves breadcrumbs through his Twitter and through a 8chan pub Q map deal on the internet, smarter people than me. And he leaves you codes.
An anonymous message board.
Yes. Encrypted. One of the few last bastions. That's another thing we should be upset about. Freedom is gone there. We'll get to that. So, and he is, in effect, working with JFK Jr. to save the world from this elite pedophile group. As a huge thing. Q's been giving out clues since the beginning of President Trump. There's a lot of things you can draw. They're like, President Trump's Twitter feed is weird, and Q says weird things too. And you're like, oh, I do. That is a coincidence, and their whole thing is, Q's whole thing is, how many coincidences before it's mathematically impossible?
Yeah.
When I'm watching the Fall Cabal, I was disgusted. I felt gross. I was like, is this true? Like, I was fact checking some of the things because I was in on Pizzagate, and luckily through my fact checking, some of the emails that I thought were just damning. If you read about the 5 emails before and the 5 emails after, you're like, oh, these are just weird rich people who are out of touch with life. Like, it's like, we need your handkerchief back. You left it on the table. I think it was had something on it. Like, there were things that didn't. It seemed like around it, they made it seem like it could be plausible. Let's just put it that way. It wasn't as cut and dry as I thought the emails were. Right. That's what I'm talking about with Podesta.
I got you.
Hillary's involved. She's a part of the cabal. There's a heinous tape of her and someone else that won't, like, you can't even mention it. It's one of the most heinous things of all time. That's part of this whole thing, like satanic rituals. Okay, so you got to start asking yourself the real questions. What is going on? So you kind of start with, what is the likelihood of any of this is real? Are satanic cults real? And is child sex trafficking real? Are those real things? 100%. They, the FBI, the police, people have seen it over and over where people are doing weird shit.
Yeah. Nexium got busted.
Dude,
I mean,
totally.
a full-on sex cult that had a Hollywood actress in it.
That small
pulling the screen right
Oh,
now.
Mac.
Allison Mack.
Yes, from Smallville.
Yeah.
Which she's supposedly singing like a canary. And I want to draw everyone's focus to Epstein. We made a meme out of someone who was murdered right before our eyes, who had information on every motherfucker that we have ever heard about being around his arena, you know? And I want us to focus on who he was, what he did, and why that should be our main focus. The Q thing, everything,
I agree.
that's great.
I agree.
That's
it can't
great.
be swept
Cool.
under the rug.
No. And we made meme jokes about it.
I talked about it right away.
Everybody
took
no doubt.
But it's also, I think it's also, that shows the power of a meme, because I don't think there are many people who believe that Epstein killed himself.
No doubt.
And I would say a huge reason for that is because of the meme that became, of this moment. Meanwhile, like, as I was watching, I was like, this is not an internet joke. This is real life. He has an island, underage girls, people of power, this is all fucking documented. Like, it's not just something to fucking joke about and then be like, oh, well, say la vie. That's just the way that it is.
Yes, and one of the most heinous things about the Q and the fall cabal is the adrenochrome thing too. We made joke, like we're kind of joking about it, but like, what the fuck, I remember Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, like that just stuck with me, and it's like, is it real? Is it a thing? Because Arrowhead, people have tried it and not gotten real versions, and like said it made them feel weird or
there's always
adrenaline.
There's always been speculation that it wasn't a hallucinogen, or it wasn't a psychotic drug.
Yeah.
I mean, even, Alexander Shulgin wrote about it in Peak Hall. And basically, and then there's also been studies where adrenochrome is found in higher concentrations in people that are schizophrenic.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, it's a thing. There was a Japanese scientist that synthesized it.
Yes.
So, I mean, it exists. It's certainly a molecule.
And they're saying they extract it, and if you terrorize children, it extracts it. So you start tying
it's kind of
all
like
this
a
shit
Monsters
together.
Inc. thing. Like
No doubt.
where they get the kids' screams, and that's what powers the joint.
Disney's
right?
a part of it. He's a 33rd degree Mason. Listen, if you want to go down that rabbit hole,
It's
you
entertaining.
can follow it forever. That's why I wanted to bring our group and our focus to things that are tangible and real, and maybe we can have some push, some momentum, some shift of change. Because here's the deal with Jeffrey Epstein. He had two partners who were Jean-Luc Brunel and Ghislaine Maxwell. Okay. So he used two people, and here, let's first talk about where he came from. He's a little Jewish kid from New York City, smart as hell, skipped a few grades. He from the Bronx, I believe. He for his first job was in 75. He was a teacher of math and physics.
Okay.
So he was,
Sharp.
he's always been a sharp dude. In 76, he gets a job at Bear Stearns. By 1980, 4 years, he's a partner.
Holy shit.
Yes. At that point, he gets in touch with Les Wexner, who, I forget what, he gave him controls of his estate, and he was worth $500 million.
Just handed the keys over.
Handed the keys over to him, and it was a bunch. He had a torrid past too. I want to say it was media companies, but I don't think that is. That's actually Ghislaine Maxwell's dad, Robert Maxwell, who had he fell off a boat. They thought he was Israeli intelligence Mossad, working like a double or triple agent. Like, there's a lot of crazy stuff surrounding Ghislaine Maxwell's dad. Okay, so Epstein has this charmed career at Bear Stearns, becomes this rich guy, gets out of Bear Stearns before 2008, and says he did some bad stuff, so he wants to leave. He's like fucking insider trading. Bing! I'm in. So then he becomes a socialite. Him and Giselle
Maxwell.
Yes, they become socialites, and they're just like, hey, I'm all around town. I'm seeing with all the people. I'm a fucking billionaire. They say he's worth about a couple $1 billion at this point. This ties into in 2008, he gets caught for trafficking and pedophilia. Okay, about 20-something accounts of chicks saying they're being brought there as 14, 15-year-olds out on their own. He said, well, you can come give a massage for $200. I'll take care of you. Brings him to the island. Says, okay, well, you're a sex slave now. You give massages to completion to me and Giselle, Ghislaine to Ghislaine too. Like, that's kind of how this goes now. So the two accounts come from these two girls who were 14 years old when he got picked up. Well, one of their jobs was to pick up other 14-year-old girls, because you start to think, how do these kids get wrapped up in this? How does he get so many girls? Are they going willingly? Yeah, they go willingly to a certain point. It's like they got in trouble, but there's no fucking way out of it. So in 2008, he gets busted. He gets Alan Dershowitz, famous attorney for OJ and a bunch of other things. He says he has 24 accounts of child human trafficking, which he should have went to jail for forever, and minor. He gets 2 counts of solicitation for a minor. He's supposed to do 18 months in prison. He does 13 months, where he spends half of his day, 12 hours a day, 6 days a week at the office. They called it the deal of a lifetime. 2008 gets swept under the rug. Deal of a lifetime, whatever. So he continues to hang out with guys like Prince Andrew. This woman who came out said she was whored out to Prince Andrew numerous times as a young kid. There's a picture of her and Prince Andrew when she's 15 years old. And he's like, I don't recollect that photo. They're talking about it like in a 60 Minutes episode. So Prince Andrew's tied in. Obviously, Bill Clinton was his fucking buddy. He has a painting of Bill Clinton in the dress with red shoes, the Monica Lewinsky dress at his island. Like some weird,
There's a painting of George Bush with paper airplanes and tumbled Jenga blocks.
How fucking crazy is that? Okay, so then in they thought he had about 80 girls ages 13 to 16 while they're building this case. He goes away, whatever.
80?
80. Well, then this goes on for years. This still goes on for years. So then, he gets caught recently. Those charges came out with these 2 girls who were giving all this information, had new things that no one else would know. I'm not quite sure how they got out of it. But that answers a couple of the questions from which you have to ask from the fall of Cabal. How crazy is this sex slavery thing, and how much are they traded among the elite, and you're like, that's very possible, because at the end, this 14-year-old girl, when she turns 18, Ghislaine and Epstein goes, you're going to have a baby for us now. You're going to sign this piece of paper, says the baby is ours, and you're going to get pregnant and have a baby. Okay, well, that answers some of the questions of, are there fucking ritualistic sacrifices? And Oprah was a part of the deal. Well, doing some digging on some other shit, a little non sequitur here. Oprah was a part of the Fall Cabal, being a part of all that. Oh, God.
Well, the Fall Cabal had a lot of non sequitur.
Yes. So, and I don't want to get too non sequitur here, but they had a Satanistic group that she did an episode on in 1989, and this girl broke down that they were like rituals, baby killing rituals, that she took part in, that when she was a kid, part of an elite family, all this weird shit. Well, she said she got it from this book, Lilith's Cave, and it's a set of these ancient Jewish mysticism stories that are actually kind of this. Lilith was the demoness princess goddess who married Lucifer. So you start to think, okay, there are some weird things going on in the world, especially when it's damn near proven that this guy was going to have this girl have a baby and have her sign it over to them. What the fuck is going on? We're okay with this? And then the guy ends up getting caught for all of this shit. We don't really know what was going to happen. They raided his house, his mansion, raided his island, found a bunch of fucking documents. You know, they found a bunch of shit. What has happened since then?
But didn't his place end up catching on fire?
Yeah, it ended up catching, but they raided it before that.
Okay.
So they should have had all of these documents and computer files and all this shit. Like, and there's a lot of things supposedly on Anthony Weiner's computer.
Yeah.
That possibly could have something. Those are definite possibilities, dude. Like,
well, I mean,
so you keep all those things open or whatever. Epstein was also not only was he into trafficking young women, because he was into this science called heterodox science. Okay. And heterodox science is just sounds great. It's just like every fucking cult. They all sound great, right? We're like, yeah, we're going to fucking worship each other and fucking free love, and then we'll only fucking kill ourselves at the end or whatever. You're like, oh shit. The principles are like freedom and being who you want to be and lifting each other up. And you're like, I can get on board with all those principles. And then at the end, you're like, oh, fuck, wait, you're racist as hell too? Oh, I can't, like, you can have some good and some bad and one bad thing and throw out all the fucking good. So what this science is like the betterment of science and a different way of thinking of science. Well, it's also, he was obsessed with eugenics and surrounding himself with some of the brightest minds in the world. He was pretty brilliant himself.
Sure.
So why not bang, well, I was going to say, you hang out with hot girls, seen, as a socialite, hang out with beautiful women and scientists, cool, you know what I mean? Like, I got it going on, when really you're trafficking women and learning how to plant your seed as far as you can because you want the strongest DNA strand. And this is documented in articles where they're talking about the shit that he was into. He was also into artificial intelligence, like and DNA sequencing and CRISPR and all these things that you got to think when you get to a certain level of elitism, you're like, oh, I can print a baby. I can 3D print a baby in a different woman's womb from our DNA. Let's do it. So those are all real things. Okay. And that's what we need to be upset about. And a little thing called Operation Mockingbird, where CIA agents have been implanted in our media. That was another thing we should have got mad about in WikiLeaks. Hillary was sending emails to the New York Times to be, don't say that, don't say that. No one talked about that. Everyone's like Russia and fucking emails and blah, 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 blah. There was some bad shit in there that we've just become so okay with our media lying and being shit to us.
It's just become this really dumb game of tug of war between the two people that really don't represent anything more than a fucking just rhetoric. Just extreme rhetoric on both sides.
It's insane.
It's
the illusion of choice too. Like we got so many different choices.
It's going on here. Like there are these pockets of it even going through this quarantine and how we move through this together and everything. And if there's ever been a time to find kindness, this is the time. Like we're learning. I think for a lot of us, we've known that we talk about psychedelics often. We've known that we're just a small part of this big greater whole, and it's it's one of those things that I'm totally losing my train of thought here.
No, I was just reading some comments I wasn't listening to. Anyway.
I know you were. You lost me.
We're kindness. We're being kind.
Helping people.
The psychedelic experience shows us that we're a bunch of small parts making up the whole. And there are people who we talk about psychedelic not through use of drugs or not through use of just the things that happen to the human experience.
Yes.
That are super psychedelic.
We're in a
and of
crazy
themselves. This is a
psychedelic
psychedelic moment because
it's a huge shift,
because
man.
it's almost like everybody was just kind of going their own ways so much that it was just everything was
Ripping
tearing
apart.
just ripping apart.
We got so quick. We got so busy. We got so, wrapped up in not being one with what we are. Like, we fucking forgot about that. We're just cogs in the fucking wheel.
And this
just
is
doing what we had to do to survive. That's what we had to start. That's what I hope the good comes out of this, because leads me back into the artificial intelligence. Like, if he was so into artificial intelligence, I've been talking about it for years. I think psychedelics are helping all of us turn on, and hopefully we can turn on and get kind and find world fucking peace. And I'm serious about it. I'm serious about it. Are there wars going on right now? Like, or is ISIS in their holes going, hey, 6 feet away, motherfucker? Like, let's chill it on the suicide bombings for a little while. We're all fucking,
Sure.
Is it something like that, or an extraterrestrial event? Something that would shift the consciousness? Because we do. If COVID is growing at an exponential rate, which means you got a cup and it can take 10,000 little fucking droplets of water, well, you're never going to notice the droplets getting there if they're dripping super fast, because it doubles by the end. So once you get to like 500 droplets, it's like 500, 1,000, 2,000, boom, 4,000. Then your cup's overflowing. You're like, fuck. And for a month, it was just one little condensation in there. Yeah. So instead of being like one drop every day, well, I know in 7 days, I'm going to have to take that out. With exponential growth, you don't know. That's what's happening with electronic. It took us fucking how long to get to the fucking printing press? Yeah. Like, how long in history, from Sumerians writing it on fucking tabs to we're fucking the printing press. And the printing press, 100 years later, we got fucking cell phones. And I mean, like, holy shit. Yeah. And then the first cell phone to now this cell phone. Yeah.
Technology.
Are you kidding me?
Technology is, we've long been presented with the problem of trying to evolve at the same pace of technology, and it's not possible. And that's what a bunch of the hang-up is. That's what a bunch of the hang-up is. So you talk about speed, and you talk about holding media accountable.
Cheers,
and
cheers, brother.
And we talk about. I lost it again, babe.
Oh shit!
It's all right.
That was Mike's fault that time. That was my fault. That was You need some CBD?
Hey, let's just lift our cups up and cheers.
Cheers to the audience for helping me with that. But that's what I wanted to get across. The media is fucking garbage. We should all be mad about that.
The media coming to, it's all about first to press. And so now we make this for whatever reason, we give this wide net of like a forgiveness for them reporting something so incredibly wrong, and then like the next day being like, sorry,
gotta go to work,
we messed up, sorry,
sorry.
These are the actual facts as we know them. Like,
that would ruin people before.
The biggest, I mean, and it's not just them. Like, everybody wants to be the first person to share information. Like, I think that it probably gives off some kind of response, like addictive response to being the person that breaks news to somebody. Like, it happens even on Facebook when a celebrity dies or something like that. You'll watch a wave of
no doubt
48 people, and your, 100 people share the same thing. It happened the other day with Joe Diffie. Like, I've always kind of liked Joe Diffie, but I didn't know how many people really like Joe Diffie until the other day. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
no doubt.
It happens, and everyone is just, they just want to share it. Oh my goodness. We all
we want to feel connected. We all want to feel connected.
The narrative. And so that's why, the crazy thing with the meme that was born of Jeffrey Epstein, like we were all tuned in for possibly the most atrocious crime ever uncovered.
Someone
potentially damning some of the most powerful people in the world. And it became a fucking joke, and not just any joke. A joke that like played directly into like this very nefarious, ominous story that we've been telling ourselves about the elite already. Like, dude, it happened with Harvey Weinstein. Harvey Weinstein is sentenced to 23 years in prison.
Well, you know what?
And then
22.
48 hours later, 72 hours
for 2
later,
counts of rape.
Yeah, 72
2 counts of
hours
rape
later.
get you 23 fucking years. Go fuck yourself right in the butt, mister. Like, that's ridiculous. 23 years, guys are getting life for a pound of weed.
Yeah.
You know, like,
No
oh,
doubt.
yeah, if I can
No
rape
doubt.
a couple chicks, get on out of here, you
No doubt.
knucklehead.
But then, like, just within a week, Harvey's got COVID-19, and they're going to pull him out of his. Can somebody,
fuck on.
anybody, please just check up to make sure that he makes it back in the fucking cage?
Well,
that he
Epstein and
belongs
him
in?
were buddies for a while
No doubt.
until Harvey Weinstein tried to get a massage from Jeffrey's best girl. And that's the falling out between them. 2 pedophiles fighting over an underage girl and which one gets to get a massage from her. And we have to be upset about that. We have to keep pounding on that. We have to keep asking names. And Jean-Luc Brunel and Ghislaine Maxwell,
Where were they at?
I don't know. Do you know? I don't know. Where are they? No one knows. No one knows.
No one knows.
No one
where-
knows. They're gone.
Were they?
They're out.
Are
They're
they
out.
dead? Like, did they find bodies?
They got enough money to just disappear, brother. Like, that's the thing.
so fucking-
That's the fucking... And this is what I was talking about with the exponential growth. We're getting to a point with artificial intelligence and machine learning that me and Jen and I have this conversation all the time. She doesn't quite understand how I think machines will lead to world peace, because my Netflix pick of the week is about artificial intelligence. And some of the things, I won't get into all of it now, but they built homes with fucking a basalt and plasticky mixture that made a shape, layer here,
Yeah,
layer.
I've
So it
seen
went
them,
out
yeah.
and then came back up. So it was like an egg, like a tall egg. They put a fucking bulldozer on top of it, and it started to lift the bulldozer up before it cracked the house. Built it in 3-4 hours, I think.
Holy shit.
It was like the strongest teepee in the fucking world. So you get machines to start busting these out. You get machines to start, they're learning about viruses. They're learning about different ways to treat patients, which our healthcare system is another thing that is fucked. A thing I wanted to mention is patents on viruses is kind of a weird thing, because you can get a patent on a virus, but you also need it to get funding to come up with like vaccines and so it's a tricky. Our doctors and our best minds are navigating the trickiest world, where it's greed versus I'm really trying to save a motherfucker. Like, they're talking about, well, you got to patent it because the guy patented the polio vaccine, and it's like he gave it away for $1 or something after that. And they say most people do, because that's another conspiracy I kind of want to throw out there that we can put to rest. Viruses have patents. They do. But usually who has the patent says, hey, anyone can use it. And that's how you get funding. And our system is set up so that if I have it and you have it, we might be working against each other. Rarely ever are we going, oh, what'd you figure out? That breaks down that protein. Oh, well, this amino acid over here. Oh, and that's one thing we have to get on board with. It's no longer you. It's the fucking greater good, because artificial intelligence can help out with homes. They can figure out immediately plant, soil, air mixture, know when to water shit, so it can provide us with food on a level of that plant, matter, food. We can figure something out with fucking meat. But there's all these ways that everything's going to change.
We can 3D
and she's
print
like,
meat too.
She's like, what would you work for? And it's like, you would just work what people are doing now. You would do what people are doing now. They'd be messing with their kids. They'd be out creating. They'd be out fishing. How many people have done concerts? Jack Johnson did a concert. I was fucking like, what? Me and my wife were on the front porch like, yeah, fucking listening to Jack Johnson.
It is awesome. Yeah.
Everybody's pitching in on that shit. Instead of being so disconnected, it has finally forced connection, forced us to use the internet for what the tool it really fucking is, the great binder. Because we better turn on, because if we don't, you don't think evil motherfuckers are going to be like, oh, artificial intelligence, I can fucking... You don't think there's still a Genghis Khan out there lying in the hedges somewhere? There is. And we just have to come together as people, use the tools we have, get mad about the right stuff, question everything, but also don't believe everything that you question. So, and let people check your shit.
Yeah.
Like Craig Morton calling, like, say, fact check all those with 2 sources. I was like, fucking fine, motherfucker. I got my day planned out. It made me realize a lot more that things aren't so cut and dry. There's a story for everything. You got to be careful what you read. The media will give you real news, but you have to fucking dissect little things and pick them out. So it's just a really we are living in a wild fucking time. And we were talking about Brian Kessler earlier. He's figured it out. The key is loving your family, going through the psychedelic experience that is being a human, giving yourself to others, just waiting for the sun to come up tomorrow, man.
Investing in your community. Investing
For
in your
sure.
community with the most valuable resource that you have, which is just your presence, your time, your effort.
Yeah.
You know? And just your empathy for people in the community. Like that's been the greatest thing about what the washer tournaments turned into, and you know, just working on things like this with Brian is you know, we're just looking to we meet these people in the exact same place. Like we've all experienced some of our worst shit. I mean, talking about Brian raising money, dude. Our buddy Chad passed. We raised like 15 grand, dude, for his family. Like to just take care of loose ends and to
had to make his family feel good too.
Just to see everybody come together. I know it made his family feel good, man. So like we have these opportunities all around us, and it's hard to participate in all of them. You know, it's hard to give to all of them, but there's probably something you can give to all of them. You know, to somehow that's where we'll find this equity. You know, in our fellow man is like, I know what it is to feel that, and I also know that whatever it is that is given to me, I'm more than grateful to receive, because when you're in the throes,
that's a big deal.
When you're in the throes of something shitty, man,
you deserve it.
It just feels good to be loved.
Well, you don't deserve shitty shit. You deserve love. Is
Like,
what I meant.
yeah. Like it feels good to be loved by people that you didn't even realize you were somehow touching, or somebody that you have a relationship to is such a quality human being that their friends, like, if they're asking for it, I'm going to give to it too. And that's when it gets really cool, when it starts to spider out.
Yeah.
So, we keep jumping all over the place. These are the things we love about COVID.
That's great.
I
know. It's all right. Good.
Hey, let's do a commercial break, and then when we come back, I'm sorry, did I cut you off like this?
I think that's the main point of it. Turn on to love. Like, just turn on to the idea of unconditional love. Turn on to because it'll make you better, and everything that pisses you off now, I need to go back to that, like, and get mad about the right things. Look at things.
We talked about it a little bit in the beginning, and I just want to kind of add this on, is, you know, it's okay right now to I like the fact that Thomas Massey went to the house to say, on principle,
selling our souls
on
for
principle,
fucking...
we're selling the fuck out once again, and we're transferring more power to the government once again. I just want to be on the record, since this is the same shit that happened 9/11. We're going to fucking Iraq.
Yeah.
We're going, you know what I mean?
And they're like, Iraq didn't have anything to do with it, a couple of them.
This
And they're
is
like,
what
fuck
happened. Like,
you.
you know, never waste a good political tragedy.
Yeah.
You know, never waste it. And so, like, I do think that even while we're searching for the love in our community and everything,
keep your eyes on
also be vigilant of the rules
doubt.
that are being passed for you, you know, in this moment. Like, it's okay to be, like, skeptical of what they're doing for, you said it earlier, for the greater good.
Exactly.
It's entirely fair, and you should, as a fucking sovereign human being, you should at least figure out where you think what you think of the situation. Now, you can make your decision on how you want to move through it, but you can at least kind of establish what it means to you in your reality and your perspective.
I have a call for everyone to be warrior monks through all this shit. You know what I mean? Be diligent like the monk, and patient and kind, but also don't be afraid to kick a little ass, guys. It's time to kick a little ass, all right?
Yeah, man.
All right, go ahead. Do you want to read some comments before we get off here,
so
Mike?
We got Danny Weish. Actually, Snopes,
is it a shitstorm going?
leftiest biased fact checker. You got helping vets grow.
should start at
They
the-
are in
we
fact
should start at the bottom
everywhere.
and read on.
Morgan Volner. This is
He's not
sad
good.
but true.
Or the Illuminati.
The Illuminati. Craig Morton is the Hoosier Snopes.
Yeah, he
Hey,
is.
Mike. What's up? Trent Elkin
Hello,
loves
Craig.
creepy. Okay.
Creepy.
I'm just a skeptic and cynic on everything. My motto since I was 15: trust no one and believe in nothing. I can appreciate that.
Fuck yeah.
Kick your ass.
You will not fucking
You,
kick my ass.
Yeah,
Ross.
Ross. You're
Don't
gonna have
even
to
bring
get-
it.
You got to
Fucking-
pick
you
it
want a
up,
little bit
boy.
of that?
You
You want a
got
little
to
bit of
pick it
this?
up.
I'll hit Mike's head.
See
Okay,
that?
guys.
And now a word from our sponsors.
Went right through.
James Carlton. Insurance 314-961-4800. Handsome. Amazing. Astonishing. Astounding. Fabulous. Incredible. Fantastical. Phenomenal. Prodigious. Stupendous. Unbelievable. Wondrous. Divine. Fantastical. No, seriously, he's fantastical. You got a house. Go on and get it insured. You got a car. You gotta get it insured. You got a life. Go on and get it insured. CarltonInsurance.net. Fantastical. Stupendous. Fantastic.
Do you take our insurance and are you cannabis friendly?
Yeah.
And they all said no. And then at that last phone call, that 8th phone call, I was like, do you know anybody that is? I'm desperate. I've called 7 other people. You're my 8th phone call.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm crying my eyes out. And this lady just felt bad for me and said, hold on, let me call you back in a few minutes. And they called me back and they said that they would take him, but under a certain amount of conditions. And the main condition was that if they felt that cannabis was not working for him, then they would take him from us and put him in and Child Protective Services, and then they would take the other 2 kids too.
Oh,
because they were both underage.
Then-
and we would be charged with child endangerment.
So they'd go to federal prison.
Yeah, we would go to federal prison. So we said, bring it on.
Come to Privilege, I got good fries.
$8 inches and $2 for day
Raisins. No, this is one of the best Cubans. I try a Cuban everywhere I go, and this is one of the best damn Cubans I've ever had. And we've got a little white cheddar mac here with a little cracker mac. Life changing, incendiary.
Everywhere I go, I try the Cuban. This time I didn't. I got the real cheese bacon burger.
Look at that thing.
With put some pepper jack on there, some jalapenos. And we got some crinkle fries. And all I can say is, oh baby, grow baby.
As you can see, this was once a delicious plate of coconut scrimps, and I devoured it. And if I had to say, if I had to give a review real quick, I'd say it's an orgasmic feast of the senses.
And I love meat.
You did a tensile painting.
part. Cut Seth's part out of there.
Oh, cut Seth's part?
Yeah.
I
Or he's like, it's really it's got guys and
That's in
gals
the
at the
beginning.
beginning. It's at the end too. I put it at the end because it's gross.
Okay.
I want to make people hungry.
Steve.
Yeah. Do you have the freaky fun on there?
We have fun.
We do have fun on
We
here.
have fun. We have a little bit that's called Freaky Fun from the fan page.
Yeah, we do. And we're going to scold some mofos.
We're scolding you.
You're in trouble.
You're in big, big trouble. Here's Freaky
Right
Fun
after this.
from the fan page.
Hey, it's the Hoosiers Facebook crew. Sophisticated Hoosiers. And we like to talk about love and other stuff that helps us, but mostly it's about cum. Most of the memes are about cum, but then we try to make your life a little brighter. Look on the sunny side, man, and then grab your lighters and smoke some of that weed. Do that ketamine, cause we're talking about the things that you love. It's not a sex cult. Yeah, I said it's not a sex cult at all. Okay, maybe it's a sex. Oh, it's definitely a sex cult. It's definitely a sex cult. Definitely a sex cult. You gotta get in the bed gone. Good God.
Yeah, girl. You know I'm just looking for a little princess to shove a pineapple in my ass and spit in my mouth. Call me a pig and tell me to hold my jizz until your parents can come watch. Yeah. No, go ahead and make it 3 fingers. Alright, we can shoot for 4. Okay, baby.
And now it's time for Freaky Fun from the fan page.
Jennifer Barra, Jessica Evans, and your betrothed,
Missy Bliss.
You guys are all in trouble.
Big-
They're censoring
big
you guys.
trouble.
You're trying to get us shut down. We're getting to get shut down. Guys, I'm going to give you a call to action too. Join our group, Sophisticated Hoosiers. If you're watching on YouTube, Mycelial Media, that's our parent company. That's everything we're ever going to do underneath there. We have our podcast going, which I've been loving your podcast.
Hey, thanks, brother.
So Missouri Cannabis Podcast, Missouri Psychedelic Podcast, we got all that. Follow us everywhere. Please, please, please. Share this out. We're going to do Minute with Mike after this. Let's get our fucking numbers up. Let's take over the city. Let's raise the consciousness. That's what you're doing with your podcast.
I'm hoping.
Raising the consciousness of the city. It's a big deal. It really is, dude. It's a big fucking deal.
I put a call to action out on the podcast if you listen, but also I'll put it out here. If you guys have somebody who you think I should talk to
For sure.
about they can be a researcher, they can be
Someone who's had a great
just had
experience.
an unbelievable
Yes.
experience that wants to put it into words. Like, I'm really into that. I talked about how I feel blessed. Like, this thing gives me, it really does feed my soul to be able to partake in what is, for a lot of people, one of the most unbelievable, magical experiences they'll have in their
That's
life.
cool.
That's a really powerful thing to share with somebody. So while I'm definitely going to keep tracking down researchers, scientists, advocates, I also really want your subjective experiences too. So if you have a cool psychedelic figure or a friend that you think would be down to talk about on the podcast, hit me up.
That's what I want to hear too.
Twain, TWAIN at Mycelial, MYCELIAL.media, MEDIA.
Our messages are going ham right now because the heathens are on here. The heathens are on the line. Jessica is a heathen, okay?
She is.
What she got popped for.
She's a naughty little heathen.
And what she got popped.
Wilcock.
Okay.
What she got popped for, and should we call her Jess Exotic Baskin?
Oh, I don't know if she wants.
Oh, like people haven't figured that shit out. She posted a little. She's out of jail for 5 minutes. Got a little kid with a ding dong on there, and a ding dong and a fan, trying to put me in a situation where I'm gonna end up on Pizzagate. I already have a joke about sex cult out there. I'm gonna be the next guy accused calling people out. It is weird. Trump will do this every once in a while with his hands.
What?
Which is. He's done it like 4 times. It's a little weird. I will throw that out there. He'll be like, and the thing about this, it's great. And the thing, we're out of here. And I'm like, the fuck is that all about? Deep fake? Anyway, so Missy got popped for nothing.
Yeah, hers was a crock of bullshit, but it was kind of a cool.
Jessica's was nothing.
There was a show.
Men are disgusting.
There was a show in solidarity on the page that was really inspiring when all of this happened.
It was.
So, just to give people an idea of what happened, there was a picture that there. I don't know if you're familiar with. There's a Facebook group called Quarantined Beer Chugs.
Yes.
And it has taken off. Inside of a week, it's gotten over 200,000 people in the group. It started out of Kansas City. It's just people chugging beer and acting a fucking fool. Now they're doing dabs and double dabs and guzzling 2 beers. And
Double dabs?
Oh, they're just getting down
Double
dab.
Double dabs?
Yeah, it's like this one's called
A double
2
dab
and 2.
dare ya.
This one guy poured like a whole bottle of.
They speak in Turpanese?
People are being irresponsible.
Turpanese?
Turpanese, man.
I love that guy.
People are being irresponsible on this page, chugging like straight up booze, putting a straw in a bottle of. I mean, this is like.
Is that where that meme comes from, or what?
I didn't see. I haven't seen since high school and college.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
It's cool.
People are getting crazy.
It's great.
People are getting crazy.
It's great.
So anyway, from that page, some guy held his nuts out, gave him the bat wing, and then kind of really pumped the grapes up for the camera, and so it got shared into our group, and
Men are disgusting.
For some reason, that picture flew, but the comment "men are disgusting" was flagged for hate speech.
I'm so glad.
So when that was shared,
fucking time,
when that was
dude.
shared, a few other people were like, "Well, wait a
tired
minute."
of it.
So I know like Kodran Carton, he.
That's how you say that guy's name.
Well, actually, his name's Carton.
Oh, I got you.
So anyway, he's like, "Well, women are disgusting." He caught an hour ban. Then Jessica Evans, in solidarity with Missy, she wrote, "Men are disgusting." She caught an hour. Everybody was like, "I am Spartacus." It was a pretty cool little moment. But you guys better cut the shit.
I put men are grody.
Yeah.
No, Jennifer Barra got popped for just like a picture of 2 people in masks.
It was
a drawing.
It was a drawing. There was no nudity. It was a completely tame picture.
The algorithms that control the censorship of Google and Facebook have been way out of whack, and Twitter. So they've been all over the place as far as what they've been allowing, what the searches, because we're being censored at all times.
Annoying.
We're being geared.
It's annoying. Like
prepped
my
and
biggest
geared.
thing is like,
oh,
like,
people are disgusting.
They want this to.
Oh,
You're
Michelle!
going down, Mitchell. You're
People
going
are
down, Mitch.
Oh, Mitchell's out. Get him out of here.
Out of here. Yeah, I don't. Oh, sure, it's fine to show a fucking nutsack, but men are disgusting is going too far. I know.
I'm with her.
I'm with her. I
I'm
don't
with her.
understand. And here's the thing: having been banned a couple of times here recently, it is wholly frustrating to not have a true like appeal process.
Dog shit. You can't get to anyone.
Fuck! I want to get off. I want everybody off. We need to get a Discord server started.
Yeah, we're gonna
get a Discord going. We're gonna move a bunch of the conversation there and show people that we can have a bunch of fun elsewhere.
Let's do it.
Can you explain to me what that is? I have no idea.
We'll figure it out though, because I don't even really know yet. It's like a chat room.
It's a chat room.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
and then you can have like different threads talking about different things.
Yeah.
It could be the future.
Oh, okay.
You want to get to Minute with Mike?
Let's do Minute with Mike.
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. Mike, you
Let me
stay over
open
there.
Let me open up the vault.
Okay. Ready?
It's a man with Mike, it's a man with Mike, it's part of the show no one really cares about. So we put it at the end, cause no one's watching it. We're not laughing about it, it's a man with Mike. We're not gonna put it at the 20-minute mark, cause that's when everyone's listening to the show. So we put his at the end of the show, cause he is lonely.
Wow. All right.
Minute with Mike. Here we go,
Hey.
everybody.
Okay.
Dude's too close.
So what are we? I'm too close.
No, I don't know what he's talking about. Probably my face to the camera.
Okay.
Forget
Can
him.
everybody hear me fine?
Forget
All
him.
right.
Forget him, man.
No,
All right.
I'm sorry.
So
I'm
here's
kidding.
the
I love
deal.
you.
Here's the deal. Break it down for him.
This week, kind of in tune with what we've been doing the last couple of weeks. We've got a couple of reasons. I hope that you wrote number 6 down that I was telling you about.
I did not.
That's okay. We'll just
Shart.
tell them to read mine twice.
Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
Shit.
Okay, so what we have here is we're in quarantine, and right now we're trying to shut down non-essential business. And part of shutting down non-essential business is shutting down non-essential employees. And so
Sorry.
Mike is going to tell us 5 reasons why
Yeah.
he's essential.
We said Mike was not essential
to who's fiscal. Well, we're just X's and O's.
Okay.
We're just
And
drawing X's and O's.
Mike's trying to explain to us why he is essential to the business. So, Mike, let's hear what you got, brother.
Okay. First one. Guys, hear me out. I'm definitely essential. Now, I don't know exactly what essential means, but I'm lonely as hell. Didn't you hear me last week?
All right.
That's one? Okay, I like that. I like that. All right.
All right, hold on. I can do this too. All right, Mike, go ahead and read Craig's first one.
Yep. All right, here we go. Because when you and Steve are really busy, who else is going to come put their balls in your faces and make you feel better?
Forget. Not bad for number 1. All right, Mike, go ahead and read number 2 for me.
Okay. The office is closed. I didn't even know we had an office. Oh, it's that old hotel room on Route 66 that you and Craig made me take pictures of you dressed like Mark Twain and Craig dressed like Daniel Day-Lewis from the Last of the Mohicans. That place?
Read that one more time. Read
Fuck that one.
Read that one more time.
Okay. The office is closed. I didn't even know we
had.
had.
Read it like this. Read it like, the office is closed? Okay. That's perfect.
The office is closed?
Yeah, perfect.
I didn't even know we had an office. Oh, it's that old hotel room on Route 66 that you had. That you and Craig made me take pictures of you dressed like Mark Twain and Craig dressed like Daniel Day-Lewis from the Last of the Mohicans. That place.
What?
I know. It got better the second time. All right. All right. So it's 2. 2 for 2 for me. Craig has 1 point. I have 2 points. Okay. All right. Mike, let's go ahead, and I'm going to move you up a little bit. All right. Go ahead, Mike.
Who else is going to stare scientific weather analysis in the face and say it's full of shit?
Oh, Weatherman Mike, call back. Say that one more time.
Who else is going to stare scientific weather analysis in the face and say it's full of shit?
That's good.
Was that better?
Oh, that was good both times.
I
just like that. I just like that one.
Okay.
I believe him.
All right, so let's jump over this one.
Script.
Okay. Again, this is the very first time I'm reading this. Okay.
Yes,
All
this is
right.
the first time
I'm
Mike
not.
gets to see this.
Just telling them, not you.
All right, so 2-2.
Okay. Guys, I'll do anything to be considered essential. I'll wash your feet. I'll eat your butt. I'll tell my wife you have a nice cock. Aw, come on, man. I'll do anything.
You gotta read it like you're an essential employee.
I'm reading it.
No, read it like you read that one like you mean it.
I'm kind of shell shocked. So
don't
just give
try
me a
to.
moment. Just give me a moment.
You're not trying.
I know.
You're just trying to
But
prove you're
you
an
also
essential
gotta
employee.
understand
Read that one
this
again.
is live.
Serious, okay? You're serious.
Guys, I'll do anything to be considered essential. I'll wash your feet. I'll eat your butt.
No, you see.
I'll tell my wife you can have a nice cock. Come on, man. You know what? Fuck this.
Mike.
Let's move on to the next one. Okay.
The deal is
What?
don't put on an accent.
I didn't.
You have a nice butt.
Oh, well, you know, sometimes the old shit comes out of me. I don't know where
You're
it comes
just
from,
reading
you know.
it like you're an employee. You've been given this
Your
script.
notice. You've been given a notice.
Yes,
Okay,
you have
so-
to say this
alright.
to the bosses to keep your livelihood, man. Take this seriously, for fuck's sake. All right.
Okay, so am I doing 3 over again?
Nope, you're done. We'll move on to 4-3.
3
to
on the other one.
3-3.
All right. I know you guys don't have money to pay me, but I promise I don't mind being paid with expired bologna and the occasional tummy tickle.
Yeah, we like all the creative ways that Mike puts us to use in our old age.
What was that? I'm into it. Is it gone? Into it. Push it. Push it. I'm into it. It's right there.
I'm into it.
Yeah, boy. Okay. All right. Number 4.
All
4 to
right.
4. That was good. You had a little
Yep.
video clip
Yeah.
with that. That was
Yeah,
fucking great.
That was nice. Thanks.
All right, Mike. Read it
I'm
right
essential because, oh, fuck it. I'm not essential. The only reason you guys keep me around is because of my sewing skills. And by sewing skills, I mean I blow you guys.
That's my dude. That's my dude. You just kept your job, dude. That's good. Perfect, dude. That's all we're trying to do. 4 to 3. Yes. All right. Is it Craig's fourth one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, sure. I'm sure your guests don't place any value on the green room hand jobs. Look me in my gorgeous, glistening brown eyes and tell me the Colombian clamp isn't an essential part of this business model.
That was awesome. That was good. Great read. Great read. Great. That was a good one. That was the Colombian clamp. That was so good, dude. Okay. All right.
This is 5 for Steve.
All right. Let's get back here.
It's a crazy time, I know. I hear what you guys are saying, and I completely understand. Safety first. One thing, though. Get in the fucking van, or you'll never see Brothers Precious balls again.
Okay. 5 to 4.
In the fucking van.
All right. Craig's fifth one. And
All
ours,
right.
our sixth one are the same. His sixth one is the same as mine.
Yeah, but
mine's
you
over
still
here.
got 5 to read, though.
Yeah.
5 to read for.
All right. Based on the current analytics of the show across all broadcasted platforms since my hiring, especially Instagram, My Celia Media LLC should expect no less than 1,300% growth in audience and 450% in growth in revenue directly attached to my employment. As a matter of fact, making me an executive officer and part owner of this company would give us a strategic advantage. In a state and federal bids due to my minority status, I've emailed over spreadsheets and a comprehensive PowerPoint laying out the steps to realize this growth per annum this morning. I anxiously await your reply. Fuck, it's not.
No,
that's totally different.
Wow, that was poignant at the end, Mike.
Yeah,
That
very.
was
Yeah, I
good.
think you made
That
you
was
made a
good.
strong
I
case
took
for
that a
yourself,
little
though.
too
That was good. I loved it. I loved every part of that. Lead by example.
tried.
Not supposed to be shaking hands during fuck. Clap, clap.
Fuck
Ha,
you, Ross.
ha. It's all about the blowjobs, Mikey.
Hey.
You are worried about me. I've been there, Mike. Ha ha ha. Thank you for playing along with us with our funny stuff. Let's hit them with a quick.
We like movies, so do you. We like internet, so do you. It's the streaming picks of the week and Netflix. It's the streaming picks of the week. The streaming picks of the week. We like the internet. We like the internet. We like the internet too.
What are you watching, Steve-O?
The Rise of AI. It's a really good look by Robert Downey Jr. on YouTube TV.
Okay.
On demand on YouTube TV. And it really gives you the positive aspects of machine learning, of how artificial intelligence can help us, how it will be the next big, huge thing that happens. And I actually heard someone say maybe it's never possible to get to the point where we think it's possible, to where it can be smarter. The Singularity's one machine learning device,
is smarter than every human brain on Earth put together. So that's one computer, one species of robot, if that's what you want to go with, like, because how far are we going to become more like them, and how far are we going to make them more like us? And is this the great battle of good and evil that the Bible and everything that has been talking about? When you summon the demon, I feel like Duncan Trussell right now, when you summon the demon of artificial intelligence, what is that going to be used for? It can be used to make our lives as human as possible.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
it also has the ability to make our fucking lives as human as possible. Oh shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Two sides of the coin, man. So I recommend watching it, just diving in. Little heady, it can be boring at sometimes.
No, I'm with that.
But it's the best look recently at what's been going on in the world of artificial intelligence, whether it be robots, whether it be medical field, whether it be just all aspects of life. It takes a little bit of each one. So it's neat.
Right on. Building on that, I'm going to throw out a 1A that I watched this week. And I've watched it before, but I hadn't given it my full attention, and it was wholly deserving of it. And I've got so many more to watch. But revisited Philip K. Dick's Electric Dreams on Amazon Prime.
Oh yeah.
And dude, it's Black Mirror. Like the first episode is gripping. It's about these two people, these two characters that are traveling back and forth through this AI dream state that they go into. So it's this gal, this super cop, this lady super cop in a dystopian future with a flying car, a hot lesbian wife, but when she puts on the dream thing, she turns into Terrence Howard. And he is this multi-billionaire that runs this tech company that's come up with this new neural network. And so when he puts it on, she wakes back up. And so they go back and forth in between the two. It's super cool, man. Check it out. It's definitely worth watching. And then I think just like Black Mirror, they're all disconnected. Like the stories might exist in the same universe, but they're all standalone episodes.
Okay.
So I'm ready to dive into it. It was a little heavy, like right before bed, like just a little ominous.
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
second one where I was like, all right, I'm going to wait until tomorrow. I don't want to go right to bed with this crazy heady shit on my brain, But leading into...
Okay, is that your 1A?
Yeah, that was my 1A.
I'm not going to let Craig give a 1A without me giving a 1A.
We've had so much time to stream.
So I have also streamed Freaks on Netflix.
Ooh, what's that?
The preview was like this old man at the park with this kid, and a cop comes up, and he's like, hey, what's going on here? And she's like, he's not my dad. I want to go home. And he's like, settle down. She's my granddaughter. She always says weird stuff like this. It's a freaky trailer. Have you seen Running Scared with Paul Walker?
Yes.
One of the most frightening movies of all time.
Yeah, it was a freaky movie.
Intense and creepy.
Okay.
Dude. I've only seen the beginning of Freaks. But it is intense. It's a movie on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
I'm only about 45 minutes into it, but if I'm going to give a 1A of something to watch that's kind of like, it had me gripped.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
But that's my 1A. Now go on with yours, because I love...
I couldn't help myself. I mean, Miss and I hunkered down Ozark season 3. Knocked it out.
Almost there.
Knocked it out, man. And
I'm on episode 7.
I love the way the story... I love the way the story went, and seeing how much Miss loved it. I feel like now I can kind of ease her into Breaking Bad a little bit, because there are very similar. There's a lot of striking similarities, but Ozark's cast makes it a different show. Bateman's character is tremendous. I love the idea of money laundering isn't something that they ever really cover in crime.
No
dramas.
doubt.
And so
it's not the sexy part.
No,
of the crime.
but it's the most vital part for these drug cartels.
It's the most vital part.
So we're exploring that a little bit in this season, and the characters are tremendous. Ruth Langmore is fucking great, and we meet, a new family member comes into the picture. Like, it's just really, I don't want to give any of it away because it is
It's a masterpiece, dude.
We talked about it a little bit when I came here. You know, it's not like you were saying how you were going to step outside and smoke, and the show just kept stopping. There were a couple of times where
I was standing in front of my TV walking.
I was going to do the same thing. I was going to leave the bedroom. I was going to step out on the front porch for a minute, and I ended up standing there for 17 minutes.
Dude,
I ended up finishing out the episode or whatever. Like, okay, hit pause. We knocked out those 10 episodes. You know,
I can't wait to watch those actually tonight. I can't wait to watch them tonight. Actually,
it's killer. It's killer, and they have.
It's 2 hours away.
They've taken some
which is cool. You know,
yeah. That's. I mean,
cool.
It's fun to see. You know, hometown references,
totally,
and things like that. You know,
Cardinals were on the radio in the first. Cubs fan,
you got Mizzou references throughout it. Like it's fun.
It's cool.
It's fun, but more than that, it's just it's really getting fun with how they're invested now. And I feel like that's the similarity, the trajectory of Breaking Bad, where it's like, okay, once you take it to that point, well, you kind of have to realize it to this crazy progression, because that's the reality. It's either you progress like that or you fucking die.
Yeah.
You know? Which, by the way, if they were to write that into like the next season or something, like I would be bummed to lose the show, but I would be equally impressed that like they were just like, nope, they're not fucking happy endings around here. You know?
No doubt. Like, yeah, I'm gonna.
Sopranos.
I don't want to give too much away, but yeah, no doubt.
So anyway,
it's tremendous.
It's great.
The score. Did we talk about?
No, I didn't bring it up, but you did earlier, and you're 100% right. The score to Ozark is masterful and has been all 3 seasons. Yeah, you talked about the scene with the baby.
Oh.
I mean, there's been the walk.
Oh
in the woods.
my!
Like, there's some unbelievable scores.
You're dead on. I forgot about that, but that is one of the most
Yep.
one of the best scenes in TV show history.
Yep.
Of building something for you.
Yep.
Working off that human emotion, every aspect of it, and putting you in a place and time where you're like, oh shit, did you see Adam's thing about tug jobs? We went from tug jobs with Mike to talking about artificial intelligence. That was pretty good. I think Westworld was very good. Oh, okay. I wouldn't mind watching that. That's Mike Ote saying that. He's fucking. You're supposed to be working. Jesus Christ.
To Craig.
We got it's Middle Out Theory. Watch Silicon Valley. Show's a roller coaster for sure.
It's called Tip to Tip Optimal Efficiency, Season 1, Episode 8, Ross.
Everything Jason Bateman touches is gold, and including Hogan's family.
Dude, he really is great.
He is. He's phenomenal.
He's tremendous, and I got to tell you, like, even Laura Learn, like, her character drives me fucking bananas, but, like, she's really good at it. She's really good at it.
She's perfect at that role.
And, like, the character, that's what, like, the acting in this is really, really good.
Oh, it's so good,
It's
dude.
really, really good.
Even the kids. I thought the kids have been believable.
100%. No doubt.
Ding. Mike, what you got?
This Is Us. So, we finished This Is Us. I won't tell anybody, but it's actually a very dramatic, a little comedy, but it's a very family-involved show, and it gets you right in the old kisser. If you're into that kind of thing, you know what I mean?
In the kisser?
You know, in the heart. It's
That's the mouth, isn't it?
You know, but
Kissing
it's
people with your heart, Mike.
It was
With the
good.
nipple is weird.
That's
heart kisses
for me. Jesus. Anyways, so This Is Us, and I did finish up Ozarks last night too.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it's good.
Tremendous,
I love
dude.
it. Love it.
Tremendous. This Is Us. Is that the NBC show with like the kid
wait.
that played Rocky Balboa's son?
I just heard it was a
movie?
cry fest,
CBD.
and I stayed away from
I
it.
did too. This Is Us
I
is
stayed
such
away
a
from
feel-good
it.
show. I remember like that first season, everyone was like, "Oh my god!"
And me every week it does it to me, and I say I won't do it, but then I do. I squirt out of my eyes.
Is this fun?
I squirt. Yeah, it is. I like having a good.
I like a good cry.
That's what I do.
Love a good.
I like a good
cry.
cry, buddy.
All right.
Let's wrap this thing up.
Wait, hold on. Did we forget anything?
Just a message from
the giveaway.
Yeah,
Our sponsor.
we like all the creative ways that Mike puts us to use in our old age.
I think we got it all.
James Carlton State Farm. The guy is amazing. It's going to tie in really nice with Lifetime Roofing.
We did it all.
Right now.
Roof?
Because the wind has been fucking insane.
It has
The
been
last
very
couple
bad.
of days, it has been crazy.
Yeah.
Your roofs are getting the shit
Hammered.
kicked out of them. If you're with James Carlton, those two, they're going to be talking. They're going to be chit-chatting. They're going to say, hey, look, I don't want to bother Craig with all this nonsense. He's got damage. We take care of him. You take care of him. He's a winner on all fronts. He talks about our business. It's a fair trade.
It's a fair trade.
It's a fair trade.
It's a fair trade.
Seriously, though, James Carlton's customer service is so good.
It's so good, it's like he's on adrenochrome. How is he that good? There's no explanation to it.
No, there's not.
Just because he's an elite
I just want
insurance
you to know
agent.
that your insurance and your roof, they're essential businesses.
Totally.
They're essential. You got to keep shelter over your head.
Special announcement, too. Got a call from Rose Extermination. They went back on because they had such success with us last time that they're offering a special. Another Cucky special.
Is it the Cucky special?
They're running the Cucky special again.
Guys, the Cucky special.
You call up Rose Extermination 845-6101. My mother answers most of the time. And you ask for the Cucky special, and they're still
bet.
spraying outside of the house because bugs are coming out. It's warm. I see a fly in here right now, motherfucker. But bugs will do an outside spray. Don't even have to fucking see her or anything. Just fucking come do a spray. They did a mosquito spray in my yard last year.
I remember.
My mosquitoes were out of control. And I wasn't breeding them. I'm not the asshole that has like a tire and a fucking pool.
I
I
am.
do, but I'll flip that shit.
I've got 40 tires
I'll
in my
never do
backyard.
that shit, dude. That's what breeds them.
I know.
So they're not going to be able to help you as much. They still will be. but
I burn them with gasoline.
Okay. Rose Extermination can still help you out, okay? So give them a call. Cucky special. I wanted to mention that. We'll get a graphic going this week or whatever.
Oh, that'll bring back the existential cockroach.
Oh, yeah, that was fun.
That was fun.
Okay.
All right. And then, of course, Truman's and Soulard.
Truman's and Soulard.
I
got to go. They're not shitting you. Their burger deal with the Hoosier Burger.
$6.99.
Dude, it was fall apart tender in my mouth. Not even fucking kidding. Like it was.
I believe that.
With one of the best burgers I had. I took it home.
Yeah.
I fucking brought it home.
Yeah.
It was great, dude.
Cool.
So.
Fuck yeah.
I was and the cheese curds got better.
We have it's right now. There's so many awesome ways that the community's coming together, and people realize the very real danger that is being presented to small businesses, restaurants, bars, and the way that the community's rallying is fucking awesome. It's just another awesome thing about COVID.
It is.
Right?
Yeah.
It's just another awesome thing about COVID-19.
Yeah.
It's like, well, fuck.
Dude.
We're going to take care of our own. This place has been a place where I've been with friends and shared laughs and shared love. We're going to make sure that this place stays open. We're going to go buy a couple burgers for lunch.
You shared something. No, you're 100% right with that. Like, that's what it's about.
That's what it's about.
That's what's cool. But you shared something along those same lines that just reminded me of it. Good. Oh, this is taking out this thing? This sets you back? Good. This is what's slowing you down? This is what you think is an obstacle?
Good.
Yep. I was like, oh, fuck, I'm going to go beat up my kids.
Jocko. Dude, Jocko gets me fucking juiced.
I was juiced.
Get on Instagram. He's a fucking great follow.
I thought it was Rocco from Rocco's Modern Life.
Every morning, he takes a picture of his watch before he does his 100 burpees or whatever. 4:30. 4:31, 23 seconds. 4:33. And it's just, and then the next picture is just a puddle of sweat from where he was at. Fucking like, he does it because that's his discipline. It's like, hey, guess what, motherfuckers? It's time to get up and make the fucking bacon. Let's do this shit. And he is like, dude, I don't know. Like, I'm inspired by that. Like, I want just a sliver of it, and I feel like you get a sliver of it and then you start to take off a little bit more of the pie each time until you're that thing.
Yes.
You
are just your habits.
No doubt.
No doubt. Broken down as a human where all these things that happen, like are blinking and hearts beating, but then we become our habits. That's
No doubt.
just what we become. So that was inspiring. That was cool to see.
Fucking right, man.
Let's hit him with a Native Hemp, because Native Hemp is our new sponsor. Sweet Leaf Emporium. Without these guys, we wouldn't have a studio. So thank you to them. Hit the hookah, man.
Bye.
Hit the hookah, man. Mike says bye, and here we go. Support local businesses. Brian just shared something on the thing. Support local businesses.
Kess is selling some hats. We're making them.
Oh, hell
at
yeah.
Treetop. All of the proceeds are going to local restaurants. We're going to put some in some
Fuck yeah.
bars and restaurants around the area.
Let's do
It's
more
a
of that.
cool ass hat. They're the Richardsons. You can either get a 112 or a 115. Either
Okay.
the mid profile or the low profile. And it's a red hat, and it's got
I love
the
that hat,
St.
too.
Louis flag. Etched right in the side of it. It's pretty badass, man. It says support local. It's bitch.
All right,
Click
cool.
the link, check it out, guys. Thanks so much for coming around.
We'll hit them with the Native Hemp commercial, then some end logos, and we love you guys.
No doubt.
For real. Try it out. Talk to you soon.
Bye. Love you.
Be well.
Hey, boys and girls, I'm talking about native hemp extract. That CBD.
That CBD.
Inside of me.
Inside of me.
That CBD.
That CBD.
Sweet delicious CBD. That CBD.
That CBD.
Got the CBD native hemp. That CBD.
That CBD.
You can get it from me.
I can.
That CBD.
That CBD.
Inside of me.
Inside of me.
That CBD.
That CBD.
Inside of me.
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 No. Inside of me.
Inside of me.
Inside of me.
Native hemp extract. 1,800 milligrams of total cannabinoid goodness from Pike County, Illinois. Get yours at HooterSophisticate.com.